Oh, yo, it's your boy Cam J, man. Hey, it's lit tonight, man. Sorry, but not sorry. Boxing talk, man. Another episode, man. We lit and we live and direct. Definitely ready to, get some of these topics off that we got. There's been some crazy stuff going on the last couple of days in boxing, of course, you know what I mean? And definitely we gonna cook up, man, and get to it. You know what I mean? Talk about some of this stuff that's going on. And of course, y'all already see the main topic of tonight is Canelo versus Bud Crawford, the fight of the century. You know what I mean? That's the main topic of tonight. And we're gonna go over several topics tonight. And of course, I'm gonna definitely make sure I try to leave some time that I can get some people on to, come on and talk about some of these topics for sure before we get out of here tonight for sure. But let's cook up though, man. I'm happy to be here, man, tonight, man. Sorry but not sorry. Boxing Talk Wednesdays, man. And we here every Wednesday at 6:30. I had to push it back to 7 p.m. because I had to, make sure the wifey was good. Wifey came in from work and she was, a little bit, not feeling all the way 100% good, but I had to make sure the wife is good. Mrs. Cam J, man, salute to the beautiful Mrs. CamJNetwork, my baby La, you're and you already know. Let's get to it, man. And just to start off with, man, with the first topic of tonight, man. And I got one of my guys probably popping on here tonight too. I'm gonna just wait for him to pop on and then we'll go from there. But other than that, first topic, man, Jame McGee, man, with the B sample, dog. His B sample failed, which is, I already know, if anybody know, most likely your B sample is gonna fail on your B sample gonna fail when it comes to some of these drug tests, especially specifically with Vada, which is the same situation with Jame McGee. And read this up, man, real quick. With Jame McGee. Okay, so Jaime McGee's B sample returned in adverse finding for exogenous origin of testosterone, synthetic testosterone on Friday. Sources tell the Rings Mike Coppinger. McGee now faces discipline from the BBFC and could see his victory over Bruno Saras overturned to a no contest. Nasty work. Nasty work, man. Nasty work. Big Play Sports was good, my brother, man. Glad to see you in here, man. Yeah, it's lit. It's lit. Yeah. We about to have fun tonight. Yeah. Jaime McGee, man. And then Jaime McGee, of course, he came out and of course, he spoke. He gave out his statement about it, saying today we can confirm that Jaime McGee's B sample has been open and analyzed, and consistent with the A sample was also positive. Jaime McGee was present in Utah for the opening of the B sample, demonstrating his respect for the process and his full commitment to the transparency of cooperation at every step. We want to reiterate that this outcome does not change our position. Hami did not knowingly or intentionally ingest any banned substance. We remain steadfast in the belief that this result was caused by contamination, and we are continuing to take every possible step to identify the source. At this stage, we are still awaiting clarification from specialists regarding the specific levels detected in the samples. As the next step, our team is submitting a list of all supplements and products Hami used to a WADA accredited laboratory for testing. This is critical in helping determine how the substance may have entered his system and ensuring the integrity of the review. So, me personally, I ain't gonna lie. Do I think Hami popped dirty on purpose for Bruno Saras? I'm gonna be real. This is just my personal opinion. I know other people may feel different. I personally don't believe he popped dirty on purpose. You know what I mean? That's just me. But you got to look at the camp of who he around and stuff like that, and a lot of this shit be happening over there with Eddie Reynoso camp over there with Canelo and Oscar Valdez, and you know what I mean? Looks bad. Looks bad. You know what I'm saying? It looks like it could be possible for sure. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm just like, Jaime McGee, the discipline, that's the question. What's the discipline you gonna give him for this situation? Like I seen people saying 4 years out there. I'm like, 4 years? I'm like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to judge it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, give him a year. Give him my good little year, because y'all been slapping everybody else on the wrist. So why would y'all not slap him on the wrist for this either? You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and give him a good little year, 2 years, and go from there. You feel me? But at the same time, that fight definitely got to get ruled a no contest for sure. You know what I mean? And his first fight back should be fighting the same motherfucker, Bruno Saras. Like that, like Jaime McGee still fight nobody else but Bruno Saras for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause you coming back tainted, we don't know if you was legit beating him for real, bro. So we need to see you run that back. He knocks you out in the first fight, and then it makes it look like shit. You come back and then you pop dirt, you win the fight clear, you know, unanimous decision, and then you pop dirty, then it look like damn, you got knocked out in the first fight. Then you come back, you couldn't even knock him out in the second fight, and you end up winning by unanimous decision, and then you end up popping dirty. Shit, it look like shit. Shit, you pop dirty just to beat this motherfucker because he knocked you out in the first fight. So I'm just saying in general, Muhammad McGee, whatever suspension they give you, fine, all of that. Hey, first fight back, Bruno Saras. You got to run that fade back with him. That's just how I personally feel. You got to run that back for sure. Like, that's just my personal opinion, you know what I mean, on that. Well, Muhammad McGee, man. And you know what I'm saying? I do gotta believe that he possibly, you know what I'm saying, ain't probably doing intentional. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding. He popped dirty. He a dirty motherfucker right now. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, Jaime McGee, he got to deal with whatever punishment they give to him. You feel me? And his first fight back, like I said, need to be versus Bruno Saras. He got to run that fade back with him for sure. My boy, Big Play Sports. My boy said they put Ryan out for trace amounts of Osrin. They kind of got to do that at least for this, for sure. Yeah, and this wasn't even like they said that his amount was there. Like it wasn't even no small shit like Ryan. You feel me? Like, and the shit that he popped for was more in debt than what Ryan popped for. You feel me? So nasty work, man. Jaime McGee, bro. Hey, nasty work. Jag Queen Boxing sis, what's good? Everybody salute and subscribe to Jag Queen Boxing, my sister, man, for sure, man, for sure. I got some potato to sis tonight. We gonna cook up on two tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying in general, Jaime McGee, hey, about two, about a year, not even no year. About 2 years. I see motherfuckers saying 4 years suspending Jame McGee. They suspend him for 4 years. Hey, I don't. That's crazy, but I don't see it happening. I see at least a good solid two. You know what I mean? But Hamid McGill, you gotta pack him up though. Gotta pack him up. Get his ass out of there, man. That Eddie Reynoso camp over there, man, they shaky over there, baby. And you gotta look about Canelo going into this world fight. We're gonna get to talking about that later on, though. So let me get to the next topic, though, man. All right, so next topic. Hey, David Benavidez versus Callum Smith. Close to a deal, close to a done deal from what Samson Lickowitz has spoke about today, saying that they're possibly locking in for October. David Benavidez versus Callum Smith. Of course, David Benavidez, he's the WBC champion for the 175-pound division. And of course, Callum Smith, he has that, I want to say it's the WBO. I think it's the WBO at the interim title for the WBO. So, and remember, David Benavidez is the WBA interim champion as well at 175. So Callum Smith having that WBO interim title, David trying to snatch that and and put himself in more position to fight the winner of Beterbiev versus Bivol trilogy. You know what I mean? So I'm rocking with it, man. And of course, David Benavidez. Everybody know if y'all know CamJ, you already know David Benavidez is one of my favorite fighters for sure. And I'm excited to see my man back again this year. And he gonna put on an ass whooping with Callum Smith, man. It's gonna be belt to ass. Like it's gonna be belt to ass, man, for sure. Like I'm excited to see David back for sure in October, and perfect month for him to come back and get it cracking, get that win. You know what I'm saying? Put himself in position. Hey, Beterbiev and Bivol, whatever y'all doing, y'all fight, man. Y'all gotta see DB after, man. I don't care who it is. I don't care who come out with the fucking win. Whoever win Beterbiev Bivol trilogy, y'all gotta see David Benavidez next, man. Nobody else. I don't want to see no duck because if I see y'all try to fight somebody, I'm calling it out as a duck out the gate because David Benavidez is the guy in position to fight whoever win that trilogy between Beterbiev and Bivol. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I'm gonna call it out. If y'all motherfucking Beterbiev and Bivol fans out there, y'all try to go out there and duck David Benavidez after whoever wins that fight, y'all gonna see what happened with CamJ. Y'all gonna see it for sure. You know what I mean? So we get to the next topic, man. All right, man. So Deontay Wilder, man. Deontay Wilder had an interview with Ariel Helwani the other day, man, which was a very interesting interview for sure. And it was about 45 minutes long. If everybody go, tap in with that interview, is on Ariel Helwani's YouTube channel. Deontay Wilder, a powerful interview if y'all watch it for sure, man. Deontay Wilder, he was just keeping it real, basically saying that he got a lot of in like the recent years, um, he had bad people around him. People that was, using him. And he said that God had to put him in position to, remove those people that was using him out of his life. And what I got from that, I was kind of thinking a little bit as far as Deontay Wilder's wife, because he had a little situation with his wife and everything recently. But I ain't gonna get into that all in depth, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to get into that for sure in that manner in particular. But I know, of course, Deontay Wilder had a little situation with his wifey where, she was trying to leave him, and they had some shit going on with the money and shit like that. So I was thinking about her in particular, but then you can see other people too, because Deontay Wilder, he's a fucking superstar in the heavyweight division, man. I mean, he's still one of those guys, but he's not one of those guys, far as in the ring right now currently, because of course, Deontay done took a couple L's. You feel me? But it happens, man. It happens in the game. And Deontay Wilder, of course, he got this fight coming up June 27th against Tyrell Herndon out there in Kansas on Black Prime. I'm not fond of that as far as it being on Black Prime. That stream fuck around be ass. But I'm just saying in general, I'm definitely gonna be tuned in and watching, what I'm saying, Deontay Wilder for sure. But at the same time, I feel like with Deontay Wilder, like what I got from, like he's been having a lot of, situations behind the scenes with, family members and stuff, etc. For as, he said that people was using him and everything, and he got rid of those people, and God been able to, build him and build his mental, and he has a sports there. He has a sports psychiatrist now. Deontay Wilder has a sports psychiatrist and saying like PTSD in boxing is real. And he spoke about PTSD in specific on boxing and saying that it's real and just in life in general with a lot of things and stuff. And and Deontay said that he's coming back for the throne, man. He's coming back like, what I'm saying, he want to, be one of them guys back in the, in the heavyweight division. And he wants to stay active and fight, 2-3 times a year and everything. So that's good news from Deontay. But at the same time, of course, Deontay's getting up in age, man. He's getting a little bit older. And at the same time, of course, he's coming off 2 losses back to back. And this fight with Tyrell Herndon, it's a layup fight for him. But anything goes in that heavyweight division for sure, man. Them guys be banging, man. And a lot of them guys in the heavyweight division got power. And I think Wilder should win this fight for sure, in my opinion. But you never know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying in general with Wilder, I hope he does get this win so he can prolong and go on and try to get him a, another big money fight and go from there, man. Um, and I'll do a deeper breakdown of that probably in the video of the actual interview and everything as far as that. But I definitely wanted to speak on just a couple things that he was speaking on in particular as far as that interview. And we go to the next topic. Hey, that man Turki Alalshikh, man, off the chain, man. That man, he told Africa, "You want to do business with me? You got to do business with Eddie Hearn through me." Now that's crazy to me. Like, of course, if y'all was watching as well, we was live the other night. I think it was this weekend when we was live, and I spoke about the Africa situation with Keith Conley being Africa's manager, and I spoke about Eddie Hearn speaking about him investing in Africa on Richardson Hitchins' career, for us, putting him in, Orlando and Vegas and New York main event as a headliner in these events, and saying that he lost on all of these events that he was headlining them. And he was saying that he was thinking it was, saying that Keith Conley was a snake, and said that Africa got snakes around him and everything and trying to use them up and everything. And got crazy a little bit, dog. Like got wild crazy for real. Cause now you got Turkey coming out basically saying like, yo, I ain't doing business with Richardson Hitchens unless he working with Eddie Hearn. And the thing with Eddie Hearn was saying, like, shit, Keith Conley over there, you got him, Africa, as your manager. He taking his percentage and he taking a hefty percentage over there. And I'm the one investing in you. So I'm the one that's losing out in particular. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't losing out. He just getting his check, and then you getting your pay, and you chopping it up with whoever else you got to chop it up with, as far as your team and everything. And I'm the one that's losing out because you're not making no money for me on these headline events. I heard the ticket sales was bad for this past Saturday. for us, Africa. It wasn't a good, ticket draw for us in New York. And we'll hopefully we get to know the total numbers of what happened with for us, the ticket sales and etc. for us, the Richardson Hitchins versus George Cambosa's junior event last week. But other than that, Africa, man, in a tough spot right there, man, because you got Keith Conley over there. He's a guy that's trying to maximize your money on every fight that you can get. Salute to Treyo Daniel right there, man. Salute to you, bro, man, for sure, man. Shout out to Dallas, Texas, man, for sure. Yeah, man. And Richardson Hitchens in a tough spot with Keith Conley, man, because that's your manager. You're trying to maximize your money, but then you got a little rift between him and Eddie Hearn. You already Berlanga, is managed up with Keith Conley along with Conor Ben. And Conor Ben is a big fighter for Eddie Hearn, matchroom boxing staple. You know what I mean? So that's a whole different play around for us. Conor Ben with Keith Conley with Eddie for us Eddie Hearn. And so it's getting in depth for us, that situation. I find it real interesting that Turki mentioned that, because Turki is a guy that he's known for having direct contact with the fighters. Like, he's talking to the fighters and locking fights in, talking to them directly. So that's what kind of got me feeling something like, damn, you want him to go Eddie, but then you the main guy be happy as hell calling this guy up like, hey, you want to fight this guy and such and woo, like that. Like, he pride himself on that shit. So like that shit a little wicked to me a little bit. You know what I mean? And then the thing is, whatever, if it's a good, whatever it's a crazy matchup for Africa, you know what I'm saying? And then he ain't trying to involve Eddie in that shit. You know what I mean? Like, he trying to be his free agent and work his free agency shit. You don't value Africa, but you paying some other motherfuckers that you really don't want to pay for real because of their style, because you already came up and said that you don't want no Tom and Jerry shit going on, but you paying other motherfuckers millions of dollars of the fights styles that you don't fucking like right now. But we just in Africa entertaining last week, and you acting like you don't want to work with Africa? Kind of weird from Turki Alalshikh in that aspect, from my opinion. Definitely weird to me, because I'm just like, you overpaying these goofy motherfuckers that's scared over there, that's boxing over there. But we see African put on a masterclass last week and really entertain the fans how you want. And you don't want to work with him. You want to have him work with Eddie Hearn through you. That's some wild shit. That's nasty work from Turki Alalshikh. Nasty work. Nasty work, man. And it carries me into the next topic, man. So, Richardson Hitchins, man, this man makes a post. He makes he was in his story on IG, and he says, Legacy, y'all ready for this one? Because somebody makes this report talking about Devin Haney is set to fight on the Bivol versus Beterbiev trilogy undercard, which they have no date for that card or anything right now for us Bivol versus Beterbiev trilogy. And they mentioned Richardson Hitchens, Jack Catterall, or Harlem Eubank have been listed as the potential opponent, but it will most likely be Richardson Hitchens. And Richardson Hitchens, no, he went on this IG, he reposted that and said, Legacy, y'all ready for this one? Trying to promote the fight with him and Devin. And of course, the man Devin Haney, he pops on and said, this nigga is cap. I don't know what he talking about, and I don't know nothing about fighting on the Bivol Beterbiev undercard. So crazy right there. This is the thing that I thought about with this. Bill Haney was on the Boxing Voice the other day, and he was speaking about him meeting up with Eddie Hearn. And of course, he posted a picture with him and Eddie Hearn, a couple days ago. Said that he was meeting up with Eddie Hearn. So And I think Keith Conley was at the meeting as well. So it's my thing. Devin, your pops is talking to Eddie Hearn and talking to Keith Conley and everything. And now it may not be no situation where y'all locked in, but it possibly might be talked about amongst them. You know what I mean? It's probably been talked about, but it definitely probably ain't on the Beterbiev Bivol card, you know what I'm saying, for sure. But at the same time, like Devin trying to play it like this man Africa slouch or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like he ain't supposed to be fighting Africa or something, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like he was super A side over Africa. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting those type of vibes from Devin. Like he think he's super A side over Richardson Hitchins right now. And it carries on to even furthermore. Devin was on a little tweeting spree with this joint, man, for sure. This man goes on and somebody this guy on Twitter asked him about Norman, saying Norman called out Devin Haney to fight next at 147 pounds for the WBO 147-pound title. The Ring magazine could be on the line for that or nah. Devin Haney responds and says, Brian Norman Jr. is ass. That's his response. Devin Haney says Brian Norman Jr. is ass. And then he goes on and says Brian Norman Jr. will outprice himself. I've seen this play before. He using my name to promote his fight with Jen SAZAKI. Now, this is my thing right here about this. What clout do Devin Haney have for somebody to use his name for clout? Do Devin Haney have a title at 147 pounds right now? Did Devin Haney fight at 147 pounds in his last fight? Is Devin Haney actually campaigning at the 147-pound division currently? That's some questions I got to ask. And ain't Devin Haney the same person that kind of like came up with this whole scenario, this whole thing of cloud chasing off of Tank Davis' name his whole entire career? Using Tank name every time when he has a fight coming up, he mentioning Tank name. Shit, right now his dad using Tank name in every conversation all over every YouTube platform right now. So I'm just saying in general, like for Devin Haney to speak and say, "Oh well, uh, Brian Norman, he gonna outprice himself, and he using my name for clout." What clout do you have? Do you understand what year you done had the past year? It's been a shit show for Devin Haney the whole year from 2024 to 2025. Still is currently right now, even after all of this bullshit antics that the Haneys is doing right now. I'm just saying in general, like, let's talk about it for real. Like, let's have a conversation about it. Like, for real. Y'all can talk in the comments, man. Don't be shy to talk in the comments. Talk to me. Cash Crypto, my brother, man. Salute. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. Like, for real. Like, what clout do the Haneys have for them to be like, oh, these guys using my name for clout. They gonna outprice themselves. This niggas thinking they the super A side. That motherfuckers ain't even the A side over Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia lost to Rolly Romero. Turki Alalshikh value Ryan Garcia over Devin Haney. Obviously, shit, fucking Devin Haney fought on the fucking undercard of Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. So, like, people gotta read the room what the fuck is going on. Like, the little bullshit propaganda, the hit list, and Bill Haney on these different platforms and all of this shit. That shit ain't working over here, bro. We see the bullshit from afar away. And hit the like button. If y'all ain't hit the like button, hit the like button. Support the channel, support the grind. Cash App is at the description below. $ CamJNetwork if y'all want to support the channel. Like my boy KQKC, if your heart desires. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it though with Devin Haney. I'm just saying, what clout does Devin Haney have to say that people gonna outprice themselves and they using his name for clout? When Devin Haney has been the 100% laughing stock of boxing the last fucking year. Are you shitting me? Like, come on. Like, let's be real. Like, let's be real. Like, I'm trying to really understand this shit. And when you ask the Haney fans questions, or you ask the Haneys in general questions, what they do? Deflect and try to change the subject. That don't work over here. Answer my question. No. All the Haney fans, and the crazy part, all the Haney fans take up after Bill Haney on their talking points, how they debate, etc. They take up after Bill Haney. And Bill Haney, we seen you on the Boxing Voice of the day, brother. Nasty work. Nasty work. You was debating all them guys on there and shit. All them guys coming up talking about the hit list and everything. And then what you do, you go on there and ask them, oh, who your favorite fighter? What's your favorite fighter hit list? You know what I'm saying? But then when a real one came on there, like my sister, salute to my sister, Jag Queen Boxing. You know what I'm saying? We watching the whole scenery. Crazy part, JBQ, since she hit me that day, she hit me on Twitter. She like, bro, like, what's got Bill on the Boxing Voice right now? I'm like, all right, I'm about to listen in. I'm at work. I'm listening in. And then I ain't know she was gonna call in and get on there though. I ain't gonna lie. She called in, she get on, she like, oh yeah, I hear Jag Queen Boxing Voice on there. I'm like, oh shit, sis on there. She about to cook up. I'm like, she about to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? She get on there and she asks Bill, like, so all these people on your hit list, who is the one that you think you can make the fight with next on the hit list? Bill on there like, oh man, who your favorite fighter? Oh, I just want to know who your favorite is. No, answer the question. Like, answer the motherfucking question. Jag Queen Boxing stayed on this motherfucking helmet the whole time, stand firm, asking this man, answer my question. Who is the guy on the hit list that you feel that y'all will be able to make the fight with next? And he dancing around in circles and shit. Oh, well, I don't want to call you out your name and say nothing. Like, he was, bruh, Bill, Ty had you motherfucking frustrated as hell up there because you got somebody that can really challenge your ass. Because all of them dudes that was up there that you was debating up there, they was dick eating up there. Dick eating, pure dick eating. Like, they try to challenge you and shit, and then they get up there and they start, oh, no, Bill, man, I fuck with you, man, and everything, man, woo, and shit. Like, dick eating. Nah, that ain't happening over here with the family, man. Since Jag Queen Boxing was on his ass and asked him the question time after time, who do you think you're going to fight next that you have on his hit list? Don't talk about no Tanker Shakur. He want to try to talk about Tanker Shakur so bad. Oh, you talking about Tanker Shakur? Like, no. We want to know who is the next guy on the hit list that you think you could possibly fight. This motherfucker's still dancing. Beautiful work from Jag Queen Boxing, man. Beautiful work. Beautiful work, sis. You know what I'm saying? I was like, sis, stay. I was up there at work. I'm like, stay on his ass. Keep asking him the question. Keep him in line. Because he can't answer the question. Because he don't fucking know. And right now, it looking like they don't have no fucking fight. You see Bill over there at Africa's whole fucking fight week last week. Whole fight week. Whole week sitting there scouting Africa. Just like they was with Regis Prograis when Regis Prograis had his fight, his homecoming fight in New Orleans against the Zorilla dude. Scouting them the same way. And yeah, that's because that's the fight y'all picking for. Like, it looked like y'all trying to fight the guys that's at 140 and bring them up to 147. Y'all ain't even trying to fight the natural 147-pound niggas. What happened to Devin Haney being that guy that I want to fight the best and stuff? Everybody saying everything else, but let's fight. It looked like y'all on that type of timing right now. That's the type of timing y'all on. Why y'all wasn't calling that Boots when he was at 147? Y'all was quiet. Now y'all want to talk about 147 now that Boots that went up to motherfucking 154. Marcus, salute, bro. We could, yeah, it's getting real. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Like, what's up with the Haneys? Like, why y'all not pushing the envelope to campaign at 147? Brian Norman won't smoke. He got a belt he got the WBO title. Devin Haney talking about Brian Norman gonna outprice himself, saying that he using his name for clout. And I continue to say, what clout does Devin Haney have to say that Brian Norman would use his name for clout? When the same tactic that he's claiming that Brian Norman used, it's the same tactic that fucking Devin Haney used for years with Tank Davis. He been using Tank Davis' name for clout, and he still continue to do the shit. His pop still, he the main motherfucker that's doing it. To be real, like, we getting real here. We getting real, man. We getting real. I ain't even waiting tonight because we can the topics that I have, we can run through them while live right now. I'm about to drop the link. Jag Quinn, you want to hop on here, sis? My brother Marcus OBR. No, hop in, bro. You already know the vibes, man. I'm just saying, if Devin Haney, if you gonna campaign at 147, do it for real. Don't be capping, bro, and playing fiddle and shit. Shit, you fighting at light welterweight, bro. You ain't even fighting at 147. You was about to fight T. You was trying to fight T.O. at 144. And you just fought Ramirez at 144. Now you talking about you trying to do 147? Then you ain't even trying to go after the champions at 147 for real. Like, you got Barrios, you number one for Barrios. You ain't even pushing to try to fight him. Oh, we ain't forgot about Ryan. You already know how I feel about that. You gotta fight Ryan, bro. You gotta fight Ryan. I don't care what anybody say. Gotta fight Ryan. I couldn't see that rematch, regardless. What's good, y'all? What's good?
What's going on?
What's popping? What's popping? Man, what y'all?
Devin Haney said
You going in and out, Ohio?
I ain't saying
clout.
nothing. Hold on.
Okay, go on. You good? You good? Yeah. What y'all think about? What you think about it, sis?
About what?
What you think about Devin Haney saying that Africa and Brian Norman using his name for clout and they possibly gonna outprice themselves?
Well, we know that Devin Haney unfortunately is being led by his father. And we know his father is delirious as all hell. So, what do I think about it? I don't understand how champions can price themselves out. That just really doesn't make any sense to me. You would be the challenger in that situation. So again, I don't know what they are after or what they are attempting to obtain by this little clout chase list that they have, other than people talking about them. but they really have nothing to offer any champion at this point in time. So I'm not sure what the incentive would be to fight Devin Haney.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Right, sis. Yeah, I can hear you perfect, bro.
Okay, okay. Because I'm on my phone. I usually be on my iPad. I just got
Ah,
on
you
the
all
phone.
good.
Uh, yeah, man. I just it's new to me. I haven't heard Devin or his dad say that about the offers or whatever, talking about they outpriced themselves. Or that's new
Yeah,
to me. That's kind of
he
crazy
was
to be
spe-
honest.
yeah, he was speaking on it on Twitter.
Oh, okay, okay. I think I got to start getting more on Twitter. I got a Twitter page, but I don't be on it as much. But it be going. Seem like it go down on Twitter.
Yeah, bro, it's wild on there. I try to stay. I only try to be on there just to see what I can see informational wise. I'll be trying to go back and forth with them guys over there,
I got you.
man.
I got you.
I ain't got the energy, bro. Twitter, boxing Twitter is crazy. It's a
Yeah, I'm about
nasty
to try.
workplace to be at.
Dang, I'm gonna have to do the same thing though. I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna definitely do it more. But to me, it's just this is the reason why I'm so grateful, man, to have Abdullah and his father, where his dad don't be speaking and saying that, man. They just fight, man. That's some of this extra stuff is just they flat gaslighting. I don't know why though. It's like just make the fights, man. Just make the fights.
Facts.
Uh, that's just it's crazy. All that extra commentary in the media is just it's
Man,
nonsense to me. It's nonsense. So, but I like Devin. Like I said, I'm a Devin fan to be honest. Like I don't like that. You know, this is why. And you heard me say this on your show a couple weeks ago. This is why
yeah,
I love Adrian Broner. When Adrian Broner was the top dog, he didn't use price yourself out. I'm the A side. He didn't say none of that. AB fought everybody, and he did not use politician talk when it came to boxing, trying to block out fights. He never did that, not one time. Not
man,
one time. But we get this with a lot of these guys. They get up to the top. Now they talking about pricing themselves out and all this. Like, no, man, make the fight. Get behind the scenes, hit each other up, and make the fight. Stop using the media, to create a narrative. Man, just call it. Man, make the fights. That's it's crazy.
all right, so I got some crazy news to announce to break on here that for my guys brunch boxing, man. ESPN is in preliminary talks with adding PBC on to the network and working with PBC right now. That this is coming from Brunch Boxing, and they are some valuable source. I like the guys; they do great work over there. You know what I mean? And they wouldn't put this out here if it wouldn't be true. So, what do y'all think about this news right here? With PBC still got the Amazon Prime Video deal. You know what I'm saying? They had that established still, but them adding on possibly ESPN to what they got going on.
That's just weird. I don't know what to think of it. I mean, why if they letting Top Rank go and getting PBC, what's the difference? Top Rank will have more active fights than PBC unless ESPN is just reaching for the more star potential with Tank. But I don't really understand it. I'm lost. I'm confused on that. Like, why let go of Top Rank and then get PBC? Hopefully, PBC will be more active with their fighters on ESPN, depending on how they have it set up. But yeah, that's some breaking news to me. I hope, hey, I hope they find, Al Heyman and them land somewhere. But yeah, hey, I'm all for it. If it's gonna create more activity for them, I'm all for it, man.
Facts, facts. What you think about it, sis?
Yeah, I think ultimately that is the point, to give them to expand their platform so that their fighters, the ones that they have quote unquote on the shelf, are able to fight more. So kudos to them, and shout out to the PBC for a company that's going broke. God damn, they out here getting to it. So
Man,
big ups to
man,
them,
that what
everything that they
happened to them being broke? Like, come on, they gonna try to spin this narrative too. Like, oh, They're leaving their Amazon Prime Video deal and they're trying to get an ESPN deal. You already know how corporate media about to try to spin that whole narrative.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not sure
yeah, it
what it
is.
is about the black man that they can't stand, but it is what it is. They consistently making power moves while everybody talking about they going broke. I wish they'd hurry up and get to their destination already because they've been going broke for years.
And
But shout
that's a
out to
fact.
them.
That's a fact. I think one thing that I like about PBC and Al Heyman is the fact that you got to have versatility where you be able to make adjustments, through adversity,
Facts.
and everything just don't go your way in life in general. So just to see them being able to, pivot here, pivot over here, the door, one door closed, another one open. It's crazy. It's actually dope to see that, man. It's like I look at that as life in general. So that's shout out to them, man. They always gonna pull, we know they're gonna pull some out the hat, but I find it funny that Rick Glacier, I can't stand that dude, man. But
Man, bro,
I
he
can't
got me
stand him.
blocked.
But he's the only dude. He is the only guy that got sources that's only telling him about PBC. He didn't know
Talk
anything
about
about
it.
ESPN.
Talk about it, Ohio.
He
Talk
didn't know
about it.
anything about Top Rank leaving ESPN. He didn't know anything about HBO going out of business. Even Thriller going out, couldn't even really back up boxing no more. He don't have no sources on that, but it's only about Al Heyman. He got sources about, which is whack. That's why I blocked him because people don't even know. He used to be in my DM asking for certain information, and once I started realizing what he was doing, I shut that all down. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, bro, block. And I remember the time. I'm not about to make this about a Rick Glacier thing, but I remember the time I blocked him is when I finally got fed up. I guess he got a black wife, so
Yeah,
he gonna say, now mind you, he protests against PBC, always talking about PBC. This man gonna have the nerve to say, my wife ordered the pay-per-view for PBC, so I guess I gotta invite my friends over to watch it. Bruh, your wife ordered the PBC fight because she wanted to see it, but you didn't want to see it, so you inviting friends over to watch this garbage. That's what he was trying to present. And I blocked him as soon as he said that, bro. I was done.
Rick
Like,
Flag
man,
is full of shit, and he's a disgruntled ex-employee. Let's not forget that, who's obsessed with the PBC and everything that they have going on. And to your point, Ohio, he don't never know nothing about nobody else but the damn PBC. Tell me you are a
yeah,
scorned lover without telling me you are a scorned lover or whatever the hell it
yeah,
is you got going on. But that man is sickly obsessed with the PBC.
yeah, it's
facts.
crazy, man.
And,
It's really, really
and
crazy.
even in the bigger perspective with ESPN with PBC, probably think about it. ESPN is the only. I mean, PBC is the only guys that's when they do their events. A lot of the events that they do, they're the only ones that's profiting. And ESPN, they let go on top right because they was losing them guys a lot of money over there. And PBC
Mm,
is the guy. They the guys that's trying to look for all profit in a lot of their events and everything. And this would be a big move for PBC to have Amazon Prime along with ESPN and probably get it'll put them in a situation to get more dates for sure. And on top of that, with Al Heyman, is with that full roster that they have, it's gonna keep them active. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, and that I think is their point. And like we were saying before, I hear so many different things about people saying, "Oh, you never see Al Heyman. We don't even know what he looked like." We don't need to. He's making moves, and that's all that matters. He's not one of these promoters all in the videos lying. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to see him. He's doing what really matters, making moves behind the damn scenes. If Eddie Hearn stayed from in front of a damn camera, he might have known Richardson and Hitchins didn't want his ass no more.
yeah. No, you
Yeah,
cooking. You definitely cooking. One thing I said about Al Heyman that separate him from a lot of people too. He was a powerful man. He is a powerful man, but he was also helping other fighters make money outside of boxing, and that's one thing I haven't seen. Turkey, Eddie Hearn, and none of them other guys who claim they helping these fighters. Y'all, they not helping them uh, create more money outside of boxing. You know what I mean? So that's major. That's really, really major, man.
facts, bro.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
man.
sense.
I'm excited about this move because it's setting up for PBC to be even more dangerous and lit, man. I ain't gonna hold you. That's crazy.
Yeah, they about to run
All
the
right.
gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts. Facts. So, all right. All right, Brian Norman, man, he fighting tomorrow. He fighting tomorrow. Brian Norman versus Jin Sasaki is happening tomorrow up in Japan. Both guys made weight. They you know everybody they good as far as the weight. What y'all think about this fight with Brian Norman Jr. defending his title at 147 versus Jin Sasaki in Japan?
he should be able to pull it off. I mean, I'm not really expecting anything out of the ordinary. It just is interesting to me that, Brian Norman Jr., I heard an interview that he gave where he said he had no idea that Jen Sasaki was going to pull up on him. Well, I find that hard to believe. We need a whole passport to get over here.
Wow.
Right.
That's gonna be interesting. I think it's going. I'm definitely rooting for Brian, man. I think Brian can pull it off. I hope it's a more entertaining fight because this could be lopsided. This could be more embarrassing too, man. This could, I don't think Japan ever had a welterweight champion either. So, I hope it's an entertaining fight. Get the people their money's worth. But Brian should stop him. Hopefully. I'm not gonna hold it against him if he don't, especially if his opponent is good. So, that's how you find out if these guys is who they is. You know what I mean? Because
Facts.
Absolutely.
we'll definitely find out.
Yeah, Jin Sasaki, he 19-1 with 17 knockouts. He got knocked out once. Um, looking at the fights he done had, of course, his
He fought
last
Cruz too, didn't he? At 140?
no, he fought Andy
No,
Heroica,
Mirashari
the
or something
guy.
like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Heroica, the guy that's the mandatory for um Gary Anton Russell. He fought him and lost to him. That's his only loss. He got knocked out by Andy Hiroka.
Okay.
And he's been on a win streak ever since then. But fighting
Mm.
guys that the competition been lackluster. To be honest, just looking at the competition, like his last fight, he fought this guy that was 29-14, and that was in January. So I'm like, he's fighting. He's padding up the wins. You know what I'm saying? As far as since that loss, and I'm just saying in general, as far as with my dog, with Brian, I think Brian should definitely get the win on this, man. Looking at Brian, of course, Brian, he's 27-0, 21 knockouts. Um, the guy, Jin Sasaki, is an orthodox fighter. He got a 69.5, inch reach. Brian Norman has a 72-inch reach, and he's fighting. They the same height, but Brian definitely has the advantage as far as the reach and everything. And just talent wise, Brian should, dominate this fight for real. With this guy Jin Sasaki. Like I don't think he's on Brian Norman's level. You know what I'm saying? Brian Norman should upstage and turn up and stop this guy at least in the mid rounds of this fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's Brian should prove that some guys are ranked high because they got money put behind them. That's what I'm expecting.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, facts, man. Brian, man. No, Brian, B. Norm Jr. and Senior, they know they going out there get the money, pack dude up, come back home, and then now Boost is out of the 147-pound division now. No, do y'all think Brian Norman can reign supreme and be the guy at 147 now?
I don't know if he can reign, but I think it's gonna be a lot of 50-50 fights. I can tell you that. There's a
Who you think is the 50-50 fights with him at 147?
well, because Rashidi Ellis. I think Rashidi Ellis will be favored. To be
Yeah,
honest, Rashidi Ellis.
yeah.
I think Rashidi Ellis beat Brian. Uh, but
We just gonna keep disrespecting. We just gonna keep disrespecting Rolly.
no one disrespecting Rolly. I just
I'm
started. That was the
playing.
first fighter I gave up was
I'm just
Rashidi.
kidding. I'm
But
just
no,
kidding.
no, Rolly will be a good. Oh no one's overlooking Rolly no more. I think now we know the antics. He's saying he's the hype up the fight, but Rolly is a legit fighter now.
Absolutely. I like it. I like him with his trader and everything. His trader is definitely, what I'm saying, shaping him out very good. You know what I mean? So Rolly definitely looking good.
Yeah. So I like it, man. I like Rolly. I think Blair. Blair is still a dark horse too. I like to see Blair back in action. Like I
Yeah.
was just getting into it with this one guy because I made a top 25 welterweight rankings, and I moved
Yeah, I seen
Stanionis.
that. I seen that. You got some controversy. They was on your ass on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, but my thing was with the Stanionis was I said I just never had him that high, and I said Stanionis don't even have better wins than Blair. Just look at their box rec. I'm like, bro, Stanionis just
Yeah, I
don't.
agree. I agree.
Blair got Broner and Maurice Hooker. Stanionis don't.
Right.
So it's like
Right.
that's
I
just me. That's
agree.
how I look at it. You know what I mean? So it is what, but the point is the division is wide open. It's wide. It is. I don't know if Brian can actually reign that long. Can he? I mean, he could. He could. It depends on the matchups. It definitely depends on the matchups, in my opinion.
My boy Dondrick, he said Big Rolly the king of 147.
Nah, he got to be that. He up there, though. I mean, Jack Catterall is there from the UK. He up there too, man. You got Jack. It's a couple of them, man. It's a couple of them. And then we still got Tiger. I don't think Tiger is in the contender right now, but you still got Tiger
Yeah, what
there.
you think about his last performance, man? Just to get your little insight on that, man, with his last performance with
I think
Tiger a
he
couple
fought a
weeks
tough.
ago.
He fought one of my guys, Janelson, man. I rock with Janelson,
Yeah,
man.
that was a tough one.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Janelson can punch though, but he still gotta take a little bit more risk and still be defensively sound. I need to see that grit out of Tiger. That's all, man. Tiger is a good kid. I say it all the time. He's real good outside the ring, but people need to see that switch when it's fight time. Like I could tell even at the weigh-ins, he's smiling, he cool, but it's Prentice. Coach Prentice is the one turn up. He the one talking shit to get everybody, to get
Right.
Tiger in that mode. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I look at fighters like that, and I'm not saying this is directed towards Tiger, but you got some kids that aren't don't have that killer instinct, dog. This is where you say this ain't for everybody. You get what I'm saying? It's
Right.
just not, and you got to be careful. But I think when it comes to Tiger and his performance, to go back to what you was asking, I think his performance was okay. This is his second fight at 147, so I'm not gonna be overcritical, but he has to start
Cause he was
putting.
sharp in that first fight, man. That was I was just watching his first fight back at 147 the other day, like
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
like yesterday. I literally watched it back yesterday, and I was like, damn, he looking sharp as hell. I'm like, he wasn't as sharp as in this fight, but the opponent was more tougher than
yeah,
the guy he fought
yeah.
the
I think
first fight. You know what I'm saying?
it's more
That
that.
was the difference.
Yeah, it's that power. He got it's the power. I give him I give
Now
him
let me ask you this with Tiger though. You think Tiger could make a little run? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think he can compete with some of the top guys at 147 if
I
as he
what,
go up?
it's gonna come off as bias because he's from Ohio. I
Right.
think it's gonna take a. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Cam. Look,
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
gonna
I
take.
already know, bro.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think it's gonna take one of these fighters to push him to bring out the best in Tiger. I really think
Facts.
it's going once whoever he fights that I think in the top 10, top 15, because he's gonna definitely be working his way down there. Now I ranked him at 11. You know what I mean? It's
You
why.
know, top rank. They gonna move him up in them rankings.
Oh yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
rankings they
absolutely.
got him
But
position.
from what I heard, Brian Norman and him could be possibly facing sometime next year, towards the end of next year, if Brian's still champion. That's what between me and you. Uh, I heard that he'll be getting in line for a Brian Norman fight.
Hey, and let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all really think like Top Rank really favor Brian Norman like as one of their guys? Because they was really that Giovanni Santillian fight. They was really trying to get him knocked off for real. You know what I mean? So like, you really think they favorable in Brian Norman as they want to push him as
Not
one
at
of their
all.
top guys?
Nah.
I think now that maybe Keyshawn is got to sit down for a minute because, as you stated, they wasn't really checking for him. But they need somebody. They can't just base their whole stable on Abdullah. So maybe if he looks good in this performance, maybe they will. But I don't think originally they were. No.
Yeah, I agree, Queen. I think they would to me they got to really be throwing the bag for him to be fighting in Japan, because if Top Rank was really investing in B, he would have been fighting in Atlanta against this guy right now. You know what I mean? He'd have been
Right.
headlining, in my opinion. If I'm gonna put my money into it, I started to notice a trend the last couple of years of what these promotional companies do. When these guys get to the top 4 or 5, that's free agents, they sign them not because they want them. It's because these guys are in a position to fight for a world title. So if they win, we got control of the belt, the narrative for the belt, what we want to do, who we want you to fight, and so on and so on. And trying to get, if they trying to get the belt off of you, they'll match you up too that way. But I've noticed that. I think Brian is a product of that. I think he can get like she just said, he can get himself out of that where he start fighting, where they start saying he's winning, and they start saying, well, you know what, we might got something here, because we thought he was gonna lose here, or we thought he was gonna lose here. You know what I mean? So uh,
Right.
he letting his hands do the promotion, and I like that. I actually like that. I like it. I
Yeah,
like
I actually like what Brian been doing with the interviews recently. With he's actually been a lot more interviews. Of course, in the recent months it was more his pops, but now I see like Senior kind of letting off the load and letting Junior do his thing a lot more on that end. You know what I mean? Which is I can see that and appreciate. So I can lay off of Norman Senior a little bit, man, because I done cooked him a few times. But same time,
right.
I can say this far as Brian Norman. I think that top rank situation is definitely iffy. It's definitely iffy in the sense for sure to where like you gotta be cautious of moving over there. Gotta win on fights that's given to you, and definitely gotta be cautious of how you move over there. And I don't know what the contract is like because when you win a title with Top Rank, they set you up with a hometown fight right after for the first fight, which it leads me into the discussion with Abdullah Mason. Sam Noakes is ordered by the WBO. They got less than 20 days to negotiate the fight and get it locked in, man. So what y'all think about Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes? For as it
Abdullah
being
said it was
ordered.
official. He said it was official that they've been ordered to fight. That
Yeah,
Sam No can
yeah,
fight
yeah,
him.
yeah. It's official. It's official. It's official
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I don't want to say I got a crush on this young man. I'm not a like country. No, but I'm so excited to see him grow because, as you stated before, Ohio runs boxing. This kid, yo, he's so poised. He about his business. You don't see him on social media entertaining all this goofy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? The young man is really, really, really and truly about his business, and that's refreshing to see, especially at such a young age. So he gonna do the damn thing. I can't wait.
Facts, facts. I love it, man. And the crazy part, I was talking to my boy. I mentioned this to Morgan earlier, like last night. Matter of fact, was it early this morning? I said something about Abdullah early to you, bro. I think it's probably early this morning. I mentioned it with. I was like, I think this fight with Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes probably land on the Canelo versus Bud Crawford card. You already know Abdullah. He's a Ring magazine
Ooh.
ambassador.
And they
He a
did say
ring.
they wanted
He's a
him.
ring. Yeah, and of course Turkey. He had Abdullah's name on the list of people that he wanted on the undercard. This fight may be brewing. From what I'm hearing, a little bit. Couple of my guys they talking. It may land on that Bud Crawford and Canelo card. You know what I'm saying? So, what y'all think if it possible lands on that card?
I think that's amazing. I think that will be a big stage for him to showcase his talents on. He comes out successful. That's an even bigger win. And on Netflix, come on, yo, that's money all day.
Facts.
Absolutely. Because the world needs to know Ohio runs
Yes, they
boxing,
do.
baby.
Absolutely.
Hey, but it's hey, let Abdullah be the face. You know, I said this too a couple of days ago. I said I think uh, I like the fact that Abdullah is humble, and we can defeat the stereotype. I think we can see a first fighter of a black fighter like him where he's not talking, he's respectful. I think he can grow and become a star. So many people like him. You know
Right.
what I mean? He don't come off as a arrogant kid and just feel like no, he got it from the mud. I've been there from the beginning. So I'm proud of him and his dad and his brothers. They represent unity. They represent unity and family, man. And I love that. I love that about him. But he has that switch that I want Tiger to have, and a couple of these other fighters to have. That when he gets in
Yeah.
the ring, bruh, he is on killer mode.
Hey, hey, he's a pure killer, bro. Silent killer, man. For real.
Because I was showing people the mindset that he has to the point where he got knocked down twice by a guy with a great KO ratio. He had a great KO ratio, not high level at
Right.
all, but he was a great puncher. And Devin got knocked down by Ryan twice, but Devin had to fight in like he was trying to recover still. Looked like he still had trauma, from his knockdown in his previous fight. Abdullah is going right back in the kitchen. He's not
Yeah.
afraid to go back in there. And his defense got better, but he's going right back in there and attacking, and that's what I love about his mindset.
Yeah, bro. Like I love if this fight lands on the undercard for Canelo versus Bud Crawford, bro, it's gonna be major for him for real. It's gonna be real major for him. And then on top of that, he win the title because I think he definitely beat Sam Noakes. I done watched a little bit of Sam Noakes a little bit, and I'm like, Abdullah he gonna smash him. He gonna smash him, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion as far as that. And then I feel like after that, gotta put Abdullah, gotta give him the hometown fight. As soon as he win the title, hometown fight right after that. Bring him to Cleveland. He in Cleveland, we in the building.
Oh, my
uh,
bad.
Abdullah win the title, hometown fight, Cleveland, Ohio. We in the building.
Absolutely.
We are
I
in
think,
the building.
yep, and that's what you do. You put Montana on the undercard. You put Jared Anderson on the undercard. Tiger. And probably two of his brothers. You know what I mean? Put two of his brothers on there. We still got Dante Benjamin, who was signed in the top rank. They let him go, so he been
Yeah,
fighting
see
on
if he
pro.
could get like an Emiliano Vargas, somebody, one of them up on there too.
Yeah.
He could, he could and put. I think they will be able to put somebody like that on the co-main, because if you asking me, if you talking about a great hometown fight, let's end Cambosa's career. Bring him to Cleveland and just let him end Cambosa's career.
You was off that. You
You're right,
was so
boy.
off that, bro.
Man, let him end Cambosa's. We give him his last payday. And that'll be it. But that's a waste of time, to be honest. I think somebody else would deserve an opportunity.
And add context to the card. Put Jared Anderson versus Jarrell Miller on the card, man. They going back and forth right now. Add them
Man,
on there. They need
that'll
to
be
get it
good.
cracking, man. They need to lock them in. I need to see it now. Like I feel like
Yeah,
that's the fight I need to see now. I got to
yeah,
see Jared Anderson versus Jarrell Miller. You know what I'm saying? See who the real big baby out of them two.
yeah. No, that's a great fight. At first I didn't like it because I don't like when cats test positive 3 or 4 times. It's like, damn, like,
Yeah, man,
you
that
know what
Big
I'm
Baby
saying?
Miller. Wow.
So,
Wow.
but this is the sport we in. You know what I'm saying? They believe in fourth chances and fifth chances, whatever. But like they do got history, so I will say that.
Man. Hey, Cassandra just said the battle of the big babies.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, you ain't
All
lying.
right, man. Let me ask y'all this, man. Of course, Canelo versus Bud Crawford locked in the venue. They announced it is at Allegiant Stadium. Now, my little question about it. Same day, UNLV, they're still playing Idaho State that same day. You know what I'm saying? September 13th at Allegiant Stadium. Remember Oscar De La Hoya, he did mention in his clapback Thursday that he just had this past Thursday where he said that the fight was going to be during the day because of UFC Nocha in Vegas later that night. But
Yeah,
he had
that's
mentioned the fact that the UNLV versus Idaho State game is going on at Allegiant Stadium the same day too. So it led me to believe that that was more so the reason possibly why they were going to have the fight during the day. I don't know because of the time it ain't been announced for that game in particular. But at the same time, they got it locked in at Allegiant Stadium. Now, my question is, do y'all think Turkey shrink the ring for September 13th? Because he already said he's shrinking the ring for July 12th.
but see,
I do know that Bud said something to him about it. I can't remember exactly verbatim what he said, but Turkey need to cut this crap out, man. I mean, who the hell do we think he is? Number one, and number two, that really isn't going to change anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If people's natural instinct is to move, they're going to find a way to do it regardless.
I think I don't think it has no effect on Bud. Bud is not a guy who used the ring a lot. He likes to, he'll back up a little bit, pivot to the left, pivot to the right, but he in that pocket. He wants to counter. You can't be a mover and trying to counter at the same time. So I think he's gonna be okay. I don't think it's gonna have no effect, even if they did make the ring smaller for Terrence, because I think Terrence best chance is to be on the inside with Canelo at times, because I think he's faster. So I think he's gonna have a good enough defense. I think once Canelo touching, that's gonna tell us everything we need to know. Because if Canelo don't hurt, if Canelo hit him with a big shot and don't hurt him, man, look, Canelo gonna want the ring to be bigger. Canelo's gonna be
Yeah,
one asking
bro.
for the ring to be bigger.
Yeah,
But that's just my opinion on it. I think him making the rings a little smaller, nah, man. They just need to match. To me, they just need to match. It comes to matchmaking. They need to match up guys to make more friendly style fights, man. Fan friendly style fights.
absolutely. That's one thing we can say about Turkey with some of the fights that some of the matchmaking for the fights that Turkey puts on for some of the events that he throws isn't as solid as everybody fight fan wise be thinking for real. You know what I mean? Some of these fights
Yeah.
they'll put a name with a guy that may have a decent name, but it's not a 50-50 fight. It's a completely overmatched fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They get Joe Apatow guy, John Apatow guy at 175. They got a decent name. They'd be like, oh, yeah, well, oh, yeah, he fought him. I'm like, bro, he knocked him out in two. Like, it's crazy.
The
But,
question is,
for, yeah,
is
go ahead.
Skull gonna get another fight? That's what I want to see. Is anybody gonna pick
No,
Skull up?
I said it the other night. He shouldn't get no other fight. I wouldn't give him another fight.
Who?
I would. I said it. William Skull. William Skull shit. Turkey ain't looking at him ever again. He like, hey, we trying to get you whacked, if anything. But you weren't even willing to get whacked for Canelo, so you ain't never getting no payday over here. William
Mm-hmm.
Skull is done. He gonna be fighting on Salida Promotions.
That nigga gonna
Uh,
be fighting on Tubi.
He said, "Well, she's silly. That's funny."
So let me
Yeah,
ask. So the topic of discussion for tonight is Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford, the fight of the century. Because, one thing I noticed with Turkey, man, he like to put big emphasis on certain fights that he put together, man, where he be like, oh, this the fight of the century and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? This the best fight of the decade. Like, bro, like, you don't got to do all that to sell the
Cam,
fight, man. Like,
Cam, can I show you something?
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanna drive this point home because I don't think that people are understanding, um, just the pure bullshit that comes out of some of these people's mouths. So I think that it's important for me to show you. Give me 1 second if you don't mind. I'm trying to find it. You keep on
What's
talking.
up, sis? Salute to my brother Crush the Legend, man. My brother, man. Hey, my brother Crush. Hope you ain't if you ain't see my message, I had to hey, condolences to the family. I gotta say it again to you, bro. Because you was on my mind yesterday while I was at work. Condolences to you, bro. Stay strong. I'm praying for you, bro. All of that. You already know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? For sure. Like, you know the vibes. I mean, Cash Crypto, my boy said we have seen lesser punchers than Canelo hurt, drop, and swell Bud's head up. 100% Canelo can and will hurt Bud. What y'all think about that? What you think about that, Marcus?
I don't. I'm gonna say this now. I don't go by that all the time. That doesn't always. Yeah, Bud didn't got hurt. I've seen him hurt by smaller guys. I use the same talking point where when Mikey Garcia, Earl Spence fans was down my neck. Oh man, Mikey got dropped in the smaller weight class. He did. Mikey got dropped, but it's context. You know what I mean? It was like a flash knockdown. He fell down, got back up, and he won. He won the fight. But he went up 2 weight classes while Earl Spence went the distance. Now, some people said, well, Earl just wanted to show people he can box. No, bro. Give credit to where it's due. He's durable. Was the corner thinking about stopping it? Probably. They probably was. But he went the distance. He's durable. He's never been stopped. We gotta give him credit for that. You know what I mean? I didn't criticize Earl. I more criticized him for not going in for the kill after the 8th round. When you up 8 rounds, nigga, we don't need to see you boxing another foe. Go in and shut
Yeah.
you up 8 rounds, so you don't have to show people that you can box. You won 8 rounds, so that was my only thing. So, right, so that was my only thing when it came to that. So that same talking point that I'm using when it comes to Crawford. Yes, we done seen him hurt in smaller round, but he has a quick recovery rate. This is what people don't understand. It's like Bud is tough, man. If you hurt him, you better go in for the kill. You better be careful trying to go in for the kill because he might catch you because he has a very him, Floyd Mayweather, Victor Posto. I can give you a lot of guys who can get buzzed, but they right back. It never happened, and it's hard to hit them with the same shot once you hit them with that. But no, I think he is. I think Bud is strong. Now, if it comes down, who do I think can hurt who? Yeah, I do think Canelo can hurt Crawford more than Crawford can hurt him. That's just scientific. Last I look at it, scientists about Canelo being 168. He fought bigger guys. He fought Triple G who can punch. He knows how to roll off shots. You know what I mean? If Crawford hurts Canelo, it's gonna be because of accumulation of punches. He has to put them together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely put them
Crawford
together.
hit Canelo with one shot, and he fold. Nah, that ain't happening. Anything can happen in boxing, but I bet my money that ain't happening. Hell no.
Man,
But I think
is
Bud
this
go the
the
distance
fight of the
overall.
century? Because we hearing
I don't think. I think
like
he go. He got to
why
promote though.
he promote
He promote.
I don't like that because Turkey does this often. He shouldn't be promoted as the fight of the century like that. Because this is a real fantasy
Come on,
matchup
Cam. You got to
that
give
he
him that
happened to
now.
make true. This is a fantasy matchup that was on Undisputed that he happened to make true, man. He happened to spin his bread on, bro.
Yeah.
You already know what this is, man.
You gotta hype it. You
You
gotta
gotta
hype it
hype
up, man.
it.
Because I hope it's more
But
competitive. Because it could be
this is
one-sided.
my thing though. This was on me out though with Canelo the other day. Canelo, he was the guy that was saying that he was like, Oh, I don't gotta trash talk Bud in this fight to sell the fight. Guy at Allegiant Stadium. That's 65K seated. We need y'all to
Well, it
sell the
depends
fight,
on.
man. We need some shit talking a little bit between y'all,
Well, yeah, they're
man.
gonna have to
Sell
sell
the
it, but
fight and get to that bag.
it depends on prices too. Cause I tell you one thing, I paid $3,300 after taxes for me and my woman. When we went to go see that Crawford and Earl Spence fight, I ain't paying nowhere near close to that if I don't get into my
You know it's
credentials.
gonna be higher for this fight, bro. At Allegiant, probably, bro. And it
Nah, cause
shouldn't be for real because
that
it's
was
a
15.
stadium,
I paid $1,500 a ticket, and that was at the lower bowl. We weren't even on the floor. That was
right?
just on the lower bowl. That was 15 a
And
piece.
that was in an arena. Just imagine for a stadium, bro.
Man,
Yeah. No,
that's a lot of money, bro. That's a
Go ahead,
lot of
sis.
money.
no, I was gonna answer your question if this is the fight of the century.
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
I don't know why it's not. I want to be able to answer your question. No, I mean, there's yeah. So, when you have like a fight of the century, people have to be able to recognize you. I don't know why my picture isn't loading, but anyway, they mistook him for Kendrick Lamar, so I don't really think so. I mean, you can't have a fight of the century when stuff like that is happening. Like you said, Turkey gasses a lot of these fights to try and make them something that they're not, but absolutely not. I mean, this is nothing more than a money grab if you ask me. I mean, bought Bud for what, one time at 154, now he's at 168 getting ready to fight Canelo. I mean, like you said, he just makes up these fantasy fights and puts them on. You know what I mean?
Big, big time. I'm just like, this is a big. This is like this is a big money grab fight for me from everybody in this aspect besides Turkey because he's the one that's spending the money. I don't think that because I read the numbers earlier from ESPN. Like, I mean, not from ESPN as far as like WrestleMania, as far as what they did with Allegiant Stadium for WrestleMania. They didn't even clear 65K. They was like between one night they had 57 plus, the other night they had 60 plus. Do we think Bud Crawford's going to garner the attention for Canelo, the matchup with Canelo? Because you know he's going to have his fan base come out. Is Bud Crawford going to garner that attention to add up to fill out and sell out 65K in the Legion Stadium?
Absolutely not. Which is, I'm assuming, why he chose Canelo. We all know that cross demographics, reaches the higher gates in person and all that anyway, because it's two different demographics. But as far as Bud's fan base, no, I don't see it. I mean, he has a following,
That's
obviously,
the
but
thing. Is the culture really gonna get behind them in this fight in particular? That's the thing where I was like, okay, I can see maybe the culture try to get behind them to where they can do that. But far as I feel like the pay per view will probably do better numbers than the actual ticket sales, probably depending on how much they sell in far as high end prices. Because there's going to be a high end price, just like they did similar with Crawford and Madrimov. Then they had to lower the prices the week of the fight last year with Crawford and Madrimov last year as well.
Exactly. Exactly. What you just said.
Yeah,
They changed the prices
facts,
so they
bro.
ended. Yep. Exactly.
Hey,
You're gonna have
that's
to. You
where
got
it looked like it's going to go.
because Turkey comes as a guy who just don't have no budget. And he unlimited. But come on, bro. You got to be realistic. You didn't put $20 for pay per view before for the fans. You didn't
And
need to
it's
be
free on
doing.
Netflix. It's on Netflix, and
Yep.
like, far as like, if you subscribe to Netflix, you're able to watch the fight. You know what I mean, on a live stream on Netflix. You know what I mean, so it's tough,
Now
man.
me,
Like, yeah,
I'm thinking
it's
about.
tough.
I'm actually thinking about going to Vegas, but I'm actually gonna be with the boxing boys, probably with Ness, and watch it with a lot of the boxing fans, man, that I done chopped it up with over the years. I think that'll be a more better experience than actually going to the fight. Watching it on the big screen with guys that I actually engage with. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but if I get in with my credentials, I can.
Who you thinking?
Me.
Oh, say it
Ohio
again,
will
bro.
be in there.
You went out for a second. Say it
Huh?
again. Said it again.
Oh
You
no,
went
I
out for
said
a second.
my bad. I said I will go. I said I'll probably go in if I don't get my credentials. If I don't get my credentials passed, accepted there, then I'll probably come in with the Masons if they fight
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean? So I said it depends on the
Yeah.
situation. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
That'll
saying?
be bold. Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
move. But I really think that fight gonna land on that card. It makes a lot of sense for Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes to fight on that card. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well,
I
like
mean, you
I said,
gotta
I
have a
hope the
good
youngin' do
undercard.
land on that card. I hope he does. It's better odds for him. The
Yeah.
biggest opportunity, Netflix. Hell yeah, I hope so.
He got the
And
style to please the fans.
he gonna steal the
Yep,
show. He gonna
yep.
steal the show that night.
What
He
if?
always
Hold on, let me
do.
ask y'all a question. Do y'all think it would mess up Terrence Crawford's legacy if he start running like Jamel did?
Ooh, it would. It'll put a
Um,
stain on it a little bit, a little. I ain't gonna say a significant stain. I say it'll put a stain on it a little bit because how
He would
Bud
really
talked
have to
about
be.
Jamel after Jamel fought Canelo. That's the reason why. You know what I mean?
I
Because Bud was talking crazy about Jamel after Jamel fought Canelo. So if Bud go in there and run. Man, it's nasty work, man. He gonna get cooked in that motherfucking man. Go ahead, sis.
no, I was
I'll
gonna
be
say
so
what
mad.
exactly is his legacy. First off,
Ooh.
um,
Ooh,
and then afterwards, I mean, not really, because that's what people expect. Like I know a lot of his fans are his fans and they're diehard fans and they think he can beat the world, and for whatever reason, some of them even think he's gonna knock Canelo out, a man that's never been knocked down or knocked out in his whole entire career. So I'm not talking to the delirious ones. I'm just talking in general to people with logic. Um, I would expect that based on the fact that for whatever reason, um, he I don't know if he doesn't respect Canelo's power or if he just thinks he's a winnable fight. Whatever the case may be. And I know some people would say how you cherry pick Canelo, but that's possible. You know what I'm saying? But if he went in there and ran, I wouldn't feel no type of way. I would say that's what I expect. I don't really think that Bud is going to stand in anybody's pocket and trade with Canelo. And even if he does, he will quickly realize that that is not a smart thing to do.
Real? Oh man. Woo. I hear exactly what you're saying. I think, and now I actually have. I'm gonna say this before I even say my statement. I had Canelo winning this fight the first time I heard it. I started to switch over just a little bit towards Crawford based on the style and knowing what he can able to do. He can do what he's able to do if he goes up being the faster fighter. But if Canelo can't hurt him, I do love Crawford chances. But if that's a big if, I'm not a delusional guy that's just, oh, Crawford would just come up to 168 and just knock out Canelo when Crawford was the same person who turned when people was telling him, hey, you want to fight Canelo? He wasn't even entertaining it at first. He said, no, man, it's weight classes for a reason. Now all of a sudden ain't no weight classes for a reason. Y'all gonna doubt me. Which watching, I'm like, come on, man, you know what it is. You know what I mean? So yes, he probably sees some things they can capitalize on, but it's really really different at 168 and just jumping two weight classes that you ain't take no tune ups in. I remember saying this to a couple people. I said Andre Ward fought at 168 and he went up one weight class to fight the number one fighter in the division was Kovalev. HBO gave that man 3 fights before he faced Kovalev. 3. They didn't want no excuse. They wanted him to make sure he was comfortable in that weight class. And I'm okay with it. I was okay with two, but they didn't want no excuse. You mean to tell me all of a sudden Tim Crawford can just come up to 168 and we just think he gonna look phenomenal and just walk through Canelo? Now I'm hoping, because I'm a Crawford guy, but I don't know how realistic that is, man. I'm just being honest. I don't know how realistic that is because every time I see guys who do succeed when they move up into weight classes or they test positive. Canelo jumped up from 160 to 175, knocked out Kovalev. He was dirty. Like you can't. I mean, Roy Jones jumped the biggest weight out of anybody with the heavyweight. He was dirty. Like, what are we talking about, man? Like, it's not natural. You get what I'm saying? It's just not. Now, if he do it, it's great. I'm all for it. But he was the same one talking about his weight classes for a reason. Now all of a sudden, he like, I think I can do it. Okay, cool. I hope it ain't a cash out. Just fight good enough where I don't think you was there for the payday. That's what I want. Make me say, okay, he had a dog. He was really pushing it. He might have lost if he don't win. I still want to sit there and say it was a good fight. Crawford showed his ass. But if I sense that it was a payday and your performance seemed like it was a payday, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed.
No. We're not giving participation trophies. I will be hunting everybody down that said Bud was gonna knock Canelo out, that said he was gonna whoop Canelo. I don't want to hear
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
hear
I like what my boy Cash Crypto said right here. Says he said I expect Bud to move just like Bill after he felt that power. What y'all thinking about Cash Crypto? What he said right there?
Yeah, that's basically what I said. Once he
Yeah.
tries to stand in the pocket, he will quickly learn that it's not a smart thing to do.
He gonna
This
definitely.
my thing though. I said I feel like Bud gonna have a lot of willpower in this fight and more determination and perseverance than Jamil. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's going to be a more competitive fight. This my thing. Like I always been saying about this fight in particular over the past, couple, 2, 3, 4 months. How is this man, Bud, going to be able to withstand the power from Canelo moving up from 154 to 168, which is he only been at 154 for one fight. Then, you know. Bud is on record, the last several years only fighting once a year. And he's older than Canelo. So it's so many factors into the fight to where like I lane Canelo, but then I'm looking at Canelo like your last 2, 3 years, you've been regressing. You ain't look good. That's why the fights you've been taking the fights you've been taking. You won't even fight David Benavidez. You said you want 200 million to fight David Benavidez.
Well, that's not really out of the ordinary for Canelo because he's been robbing the bank without a gun for years. So I expect foolish, outlandish numbers like that from Canelo. That's nothing new to me. That's not a like clutch my pearls moment for me. But
PBC offered him 50. They offered
to
him 50 to
so
fight David Benavidez. He wouldn't even take that.
if
But
you
he'd
scared,
take the
you're gonna be
35 to
scared.
fight Jamal. I mean, fight
Because
Jamil.
if you scared, you scared. And it don't matter how much money somebody offer you, you ain't gonna take it if you scared. That's just the bottom line. But I will say this though. I don't want to hear once again from the Bud Crawford fans anything about legacy if this man loses because he was asked if he would fight David Benavidez after and he said no. So I mean, obviously it's for the money. You know what I'm saying? So if he get in there and start shucking and jiving, then that's just what it is. Like I said, I don't expect Crawford to immediately lay down because even though he's definitely not my favorite, I do admit the nigga can fight. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got that dog
Right.
in him. So I do expect it to be more entertaining. However, I just really don't see a path to victory for him unless he is constantly on the move. And even with that, we will see how that newfound weight wears on his body. I don't give a damn who he's sparring. They ain't Canelo.
All right. You see this right here, says? My boy Adam down here, he said, I heard Turkey offered Version to fight with Boots at 154 and Version turned it down. What a turn of events. I ain't see that yet,
I
but
saw
you
that.
already know.
I did
You
see
saw
that.
that, sis?
Yeah, I saw that on X earlier. But the bottom line is
Who
this:
who posted that on X?
I don't even remember. I'll be scrolling. I'll send it to you if I can find it. I'll send it to
Yeah,
you.
yeah. You find that
Yeah,
and send that to me because it depends on who posted that.
yeah, I
You know what I'm
got you.
saying? If it's somebody valuable, then I'll take consideration for us that. But I ain't see it flush with a lot of a lot of the top
That's why
guys that I
a lot
know
of the
immediately
times
speaking about it.
That's why a lot of times that the stuff I see on X, I don't like immediately jump to report because I don't know who's
Yeah,
trustworthy and who's not yet. Like X is still kind of foreign to me, so I don't really like be like, oh, this person said this, this person. I'm still trying to figure out who's like really legit up there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because I don't know the
yeah.
people
It
behind.
says I'll tap you in with who's legit on there. Like
Yeah,
I like on X. I used to like about like a year and a half ago. I was going back and forth with people on X and stuff. And I'm like now like we. Bro, like if you want to debate, come on the platform. We can debate. I'm not on no keyboard warrior shit with y'all like that. I gotta continue to say that because some guys they be want to debate, but then I be feeling like a lot of guys as far as me that be talking like they want to debate when I invite them to come on the platform and debate me. They be scared. Like they don't never be what it was. I'll be like, man, you dudes intimidated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they
you know what I'm saying?
let me
I
tell
gotta
you.
go on other platforms to get some smoke.
These things, them things on X are aggressive, honey. Them Haney
Yeah.
they live and breathe over there on X, honey. Them things is aggressive. I had to
That's
close.
all they want to do, sis. They want to just type all day. Like I ain't got time to do all of
Like,
that.
man, I ain't
Don't
finna
got
argue
time
with
for
you.
it.
I'm not.
I ignore them. I ignore them. Sis, you gotta ignore them. Let them do what they do over there. If they want to sit there and want to type all day, you put out what you put out. You put your content out that you needed to put out. Let them be in the comments sitting there debating with their damn self.
Yeah, I just go up there and scroll real quick. I feel like I'm doing a drive by. Let me just get up here real quick. If it's like, I give me a good chuckle. If they roasting Devin or something like that, I'll give me a good couple laughs and then I'm all for that shit. Them niggas is crazy over there, yo. They are angry. Yeah, but no.
My boy Flatbush, he said, I don't want to use the Gamboa, for example, but if he was hurt by that guy in a bid by Majimov, then, hey, you got a good point. I mean, I'm just, like, like the Majimov fight, this is the thing with the Majimov fight, I can say in particular. Like, the Majimov fight, I feel in particular with Majimov, it was a tough fight. He had to grind it out in the end of that, the championship rounds to win that fight, and he won that fight. And I felt Virgil definitely had a little bit more solid performance than Bud did in comparison, but it don't make who's better between that. I think Bud is he'll beat Virgil any fucking day, in my opinion. And so that's just my personal opinion for sure. And I can name several other guys that'll beat Virgil Ortiz that I feel in my opinion. Virgil Ortiz, I feel like his career was padded record a little bit mixed with Golden Boy, you know what I'm saying? They was putting together with safe ass fights at 147. You know what I'm saying? He outgrew the division. They was still trying to they try to make the fight with Virgil Ortiz and Stanionis damn near what, like 3, 4 times? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was nasty work with them.
But you know what? He didn't really look all that great in the Madrimov fight. And that was at 54. And
Right.
I don't know, man. I just feel like he didn't take an acclamation fight at 60. Now he's jumping to 68. He's not taking an acclamation fight there. And he's fighting literally the face of boxing. I mean, kudos to him, I guess, for having the balls to do it. But we're gonna see if he comes out on the other side. Because anything short of a win, I don't want to hear from his fans. I don't give participation trophies.
Facts. Right, sis. Oh, yeah. I'm about to drop it in here right now. I should have pinned that motherfucker.
What happened?
Sitting there for a second, or quite a second. There you go. Link in the comments. BVO, BVO. I ain't on your bullshit tonight. I'm just let BVO know right now. I'm not on BVO's bullshit tonight. All of that little propaganda, that shit he be doing. Nah,
All right,
I ain't on
I
this shit
sound a little
tonight.
bit better now, man. I was on that phone,
Yeah,
on the
I'm about
iPad,
to say you
man.
dropped off. You left us.
You know, it's the service with that phone in the rain. It's raining in Columbus where I'm at. It's
Oh,
raining
okay.
bad, so it's thunderstorming. So I just got back. So you should. My phone, my service should be a lot better right now.
yeah, you good. You sound perfect. You sound perfect.
Yeah, you sound a
I ain't
lot
on
better.
your. I ain't BVO. Don't BVO scared to come on that because I said I ain't on this bullshit. You know I'm sick. I ain't on BVO bullshit tonight, man,
Man,
and
he
I'm
a trip.
serious.
BBO, he just better show up to them Cleveland fights when it's time, when it's all said and done. When it's
Man,
time.
he don't like Abdullah Mason for real.
I know, man. It's kind of
He
crazy,
like
man.
Emilio Vargas over Abdullah Mason.
That boy, and he probably had Jake Paul.
I like Emiliano Vargas too, but I don't know if he over Abdullah Mason, but I like Emiliano.
Abdullah, see,
I,
this the crazy part. BVO will say that I don't like black fighters, but then he be hating on Abdullah Mason. He be liking Emiliano Vargas over Abdullah
you like
Mason,
one
and he
nigga,
from
so that mean
Cleveland.
that mean you like black
I
fighters
don't
then.
like no one nigga. Do
You
you
like
watch
one
me?
nigga, bro.
You know. I talk about a whole bunch of
Name
motherfuckers, bro.
five
You know
black
that.
fighters right
You
now.
talk about Tank more than I do.
I don't talk about Abdul Wahid at
You talk
all.
about Tank. Bro. You talk about Tank more than I do on your channel.
When do I talk
Damn
about Abdul
near.
Wahid?
You talk about Tank damn near 3, 4 times on shows
That's
out of the
cap. That's
week
cap. We
on
talk
your
about
platform.
fatherhood, boxing, taking care of your family, being a man in the home. You know, we getting ready for our giveaway again in Cleveland. You know how we do, man. That's what Cleveland
You
niggas
don't
do,
like
taking care of
Abdullah
family.
Mason though. You
Huh?
don't like Abdullah Mason. You like Emiliano Vargas over
No,
Abdullah
I
Mason. You
like
from
Ishmael
Cleveland.
Mason. I like Ishmael Mason.
You proving my point. You don't like you like Emiliano Vargas over Abdullah Mason, and you're from Cleveland.
They live in Houston now. They don't count.
They don't live in Houston, do they?
Yeah, they live in Houston. What you talking about?
Really, BVO? Really,
They
BVO?
live in Houston, man. What you talking
You
about?
going so you giving them the Houston tag now?
I thought they was in Vegas. They did
Huh?
move to Vegas.
I know they stay in Vegas part time, but you know they got that big crib down there with Lil J in them down there.
Well, I
No,
know.
they do.
Well, they come to Cleveland every often. I don't know where you
You
be at.
notice he ain't say anything about Emiliano Vargas as far as that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I
I'm
Because
gonna
know.
be
he
in the
like
house at 26.
Emiliano Vargas over
I'm gonna
Abdullah
be in the
Mason.
house on the
Abdullah Mason
26th.
is from Cleveland, and this man BVO is from Cleveland, and he likes Emiliano Vargas, a Spanish fighter, over a black fighter from the same city that he is from. How
Mm-hmm.
does this work?
I'm from the West Side, where all the Spanish niggas at. That's it, bro.
This
What you
is
want me to do?
nasty
Lie to you?
work. This is nasty work.
But I heard my man Ohio hating on Canelo, bro. Stop
What I
doing that, man. Stop
what I
doing that, man.
what I hate on Canelo about?
You mad on Canelo because he stacked paper to the ceiling, man, and ride on 26-inch chrome, man. That's what it is,
Man,
bro.
stop, man.
I
That's
want
what
y'all
he
to
I like
see
do,
this
man.
pitch. I
I
want y'all
like
to
Canelo.
see the picture that's going on right now. BVO is a guy that says that I hate black fighters, but he's rooting for a lot of the Spanish fighters over the black fighters. I want y'all to see the
Is
picture
he
that's
going for
going on
Canelo?
right now.
Yo, you picking Canelo over Crawford?
You said what?
Is you picking Canelo over Crawford?
You niggas like fried chicken?
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm
Okay.
messing with you. But no, I really think all jokes aside, I think you really haven't seen a guy like Canelo. Usually when guys go up 2 weight classes, they still not getting stops like this. So what he's doing is kind of unprecedented. And I think Bud is too old, too slow. I just think he's gonna get in there and get beat to death. Um,
Damn.
but
He
you
gonna
know, the
get
cool
beat
thing
to death.
is shout out to Brandy the Boxer. I talked to him about a month or two ago, and I told him when y'all lose, we still love you. Still love you.
Now
But
let me ask you this, BBO, not to cut you off. Let me ask you this. If you think he getting beat to death, do you think that elevate him even more if he wins, based off your opinion? If you think he gets destroyed and beat to death or ain't even got a chance, and he win, do you where do you put him and his legacy? Like, do you put him over Floyd?
Canelo was in a lose situation. It's almost like when Archie finally got his heavyweight shot. It's just really nothing he can do, because even Archie Moore had the same thing happen where he was beating dudes to death, but because he caught him, he was older, he caught him, a little bit past his prime.
Mm-hmm.
He really couldn't elevate the way that he should have. You know what I mean? You think about all the knockouts that Archie had, but a lot of those fighters he fought weren't the top guys. The top guys kind of just aged him out and never fought him. I think that you see with Canelo, where Canelo finally gets this big fight, but Crawford's old as hell, and it's not gonna give him no real sting for winning that fight. But either way it go, I give Bud all the credit. It's a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little disappointed in what you've been hearing about Bud in the tabloids, but other than that, salute to Bud, man.
Well, he is a little, they is putting that the stuff that's
because it make us look bad,
about.
man. A black man can have a family and take care of them kids, like Obama said. We can do that. We all can't be. I think the baddest thing that happens is when you paint black men as sexual deviants, and that's what it's looking like. Cam don't talk about that type of shit. He talk about me talking about Abdullah Wahid, though.
You like the Spanish, bro. You proved my point tonight of you liking the Spanish fighters over the black fighters. You don't even like Abdullah Mason, and he in your hometown.
You don't like Don King, and Don King from your home state. You don't like Don
King. I like Don King. I rock with Don King. What you talking about?
I heard you saying some fucked up things about Don before. You said Don.
You ain't never heard me talk about Don King
Mike
like
Tyson
that.
towels and all that. You was going crazy on Don, man. Stop.
I ain't never had no topic going crazy on Don King ever on any of my shows. You ain't seen a video of me talking about Don King at all.
Unless you had a mask on, that was you, Cam.
That's why you over there, man. Y'all Cleveland niggas be capping up there, man.
Hey, this nigga must be Zorro, man. This nigga must be Zorro.
I gotta stop the cap up there in Cleveland, man. You know what I'm saying? Down here in Cincinnati, we don't do that capping. What y'all be doing over there, man? You over there talking about Cam J don't like the black fighters. Go ahead, Jack. Go ahead.
What you think about that, though, Cam? What you think about them trying to paint black men as sexual deviants all the time? Whether it's Shannon Sharp.
Wait, nigga, we talking boxing, nigga. Fuck
That's
all
boxing,
of that
nigga.
right now.
That's boxing, nigga.
Fuck all that. We talking boxing, nigga. Let's go ahead, bro. Ask sis the question. Fuck what BVO talking about, nigga. You on my platform. Fuck you right now.
You scared to come talk to me. You scared to death to come talk to the Cleveland.
You don't like black fighters. You don't even like Abdullah Mason. I don't like you right now.
My favorite fighter is black.
What's up, Ohio?
I said, do you bet on fights? And if you do, is you betting on the Crawford and Canelo fight?
You mean like personal bets or on betting sites?
Just period. Yeah, in general.
I bet people, but on sites, nobody showed me how to do the odds and shit yet. I really don't know how to do those.
Okay.
Why you trying to bet me?
No, it was just asking. I can actually show you the betting sites and show you how to do it.
Okay, I'd appreciate that because I get money that I need. I need in on that.
Yeah, I can actually show you that. Yep, I can definitely show you that. So I got you on that. But I'm not. This is the first fight where I'm not even betting. I'm just going to enjoy it.
You're just going to enjoy it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not putting no money up because I'm real big on weight classes, jumping. I'm not a fan of it, to be honest, because sometimes
I
think sound like a real Youngstown nigga. Don't want to spend no money.
No.
Damn, we gotta say it's a Youngstown thing, though. Damn, man, BVO a grimy nigga, man, from Ohio, bro. Them Cleveland niggas, they grimy up there, man. Them niggas grimy. I told you they grimy, bro.
Hold on. Ain't nothing in Cleveland with men of God, bro. You talking crazy?
Y'all Cleveland niggas grimy up there, man.
But yeah, like I was saying though, I was I'm not a big fan of jumping weight classes, especially double, weight classes, and he ain't never without a tune up. It's just like I'm not really a fan of that. So I'm watching, I'm rooting, but Yeah, I'm
We seen
hoping.
this before, man. We seen this before with Henry Armstrong, man. This is not really nothing new, man. We seen
Yeah,
this exact same thing. We seen this with Sugar Ray Robinson. He did this, and what was it, 1936? He did the
yeah,
same thing.
yeah. Look
I
how
mean,
long
so
you
this ain't
going
nothing that
back.
you ain't seen. I mean, you a
Nah,
doggone historian, bro. Stop
man,
the
ain't
cap.
nobody. No, stop. Look, you was you listen to me when I was talking about guys who did jump weight classes and won and tested positive after? Did you hear
I don't think Henry
that?
Armstrong tested positive.
I don't
I'm
think they're
just
having drug testing for this fight. There's
see.
no
My
test.
thing is, and listen, I'm never saying my boy Crawford dirty, but he was an advocate for saying there's weight classes for a reason. Now everybody trying to put him with the snack, and now he feel like he can just jump up 2 weight classes. I'm like, dang, now the conspiracy theories got a point now. Now they pointing at something. I think he's daring to be great. I actually do think he can win the fight. He believes he's gonna win the fight,
Canelo gonna
but
beat him half dead.
man, I hope not. I hope not. I hope,
Canelo gonna
but
beat that nigga to death.
but here's the thing. That's why I had this question too, Cam. I don't know if I asked it on this panel. Do you think it opens up doors for more people to start jumping
I
multiple weight
do.
classes
I do.
to
It
Hopscotch
avoid
can't
definitely
get
will
to
let
home.
avoid
Bud
fights?
win. It
Hopscotch
definitely
can't
will.
get home.
I
Because
mean,
I
That's another reason that he
it's
can't win this
avoiding
fight.
fights.
And not to say like, oh, he can't win. I mean, I don't think he will, but that's another reason why, to your point, I don't know which one of y'all just said that, but if he
I did.
wins, that's gonna be horrific. You're gonna have guys all over playing double dutch with the weight classes. They already doing it, shrinking
Yeah.
themselves down, blowing themselves back up after
Mm-hmm.
playing all kind of goofy nonsense. This is gonna open up a floodgate.
Yeah. No, you're
when
absolutely
they
right.
added the
I
weight
think.
classes, man, that to me that ruined boxing a little bit because when you add these stupid weight classes like junior divisions, I think it's no need to do it. Either you can be in a weight class or you can't.
Do you know why they? Yeah, I'm with you on
I know
that.
why they did that because they had the tweeners. I mean, you had a lot of tweeners back then, but I mean,
And money. I mean, look at
Man, we
weight
need these
classes.
guys fighting in their natural weight classes, bro.
you know how
Like,
many
you know
dudes
what
should
I
have been
mean?
middleweights, and Errol was a middleweight, didn't fight at
Shit,
middleweight.
Devin in middleweight.
Devon's a middleweight.
Facts.
Ryan's a
Facts.
middleweight.
Facts.
Yeah,
That's
these are all
facts.
middleweights. That's really shrunk down, and that's why you kind of see what you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know who to watch out for though, and
But
people
why
probably
these guys
laugh.
killing themselves to make these smaller weights, man?
I think the dude to watch, other than of course my man Storm and Norman, who I just got off the phone with, um, I think you should watch out for Rolly Romero, man, the brother man from Vegas. With real training, with all that power, he gonna be beating niggas dead.
You think Rolly sport Devin?
Um,
What I tell you earlier,
Mm.
stop sleeping on Rolly, yo. He coming. Y'all think I'm
you
playing?
he
Rolly's
fought Rolly.
coming.
You know, Rolly took that Tank Davis, that excuse me, Abdul Wahid game plan and destroyed Ryan with
Why
it.
he gotta be Abdul Wahid?
Cause he
That's his
goofy.
name, bro.
BBO is so goofy. This is ridiculous. Why you keep
You
playing?
You,
got BBO, you
I'm not.
crazy, bro. We're
I mean,
talking on the
they
other
just say
side.
that. They just say that.
We ain't gonna do that right now. I ain't
But
gonna do that with you right there.
but like I
Go
said, when
ahead,
Abdul
bro.
Wahid did, when Abdul Wahid was pawing the jab on his left hand, sitting on his left hand like he did, hitting him with the check, and then hitting him with the body shots. It was really good, man, because that stab jab that Rolly had, that's elite. We heard Floyd saw how good he could be. He just all he needed now was just somebody to work with him, and I think he got just that.
Yeah, I agree with that actually. He actually just needed somebody to like conform him, baby, like to, you know what I'm saying? Like put his awkward style into some sort of structure. But yeah, definitely. Rolly
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
say this. I see. I don't think. I think he's. I've seen an improved Rolly against Pitbull. He was doing really good in there. I think he was doing really well. He
Man,
got
Pitbull beat the hair
Pitbull
off his
beat him to
head.
death. Yeah, I'm about
no,
to
no,
He beat
no,
the hair off his head. What you talking about?
no. He got because he was getting hit with some big shots and
BBO
stuff
is
on there. But
stupid,
I thought
man.
his boxing at times he
No,
was actually
Ohio
doing
man, you
good.
must have had you some liquor, so you must be drinking that
No, man,
hypnotic again,
I'm trying to
bro.
tell you because you can actually still do good and get hit with some shots that unnecessary
Somebody
shots.
beat the hair off of you. You doing good? How?
Man, listen, no, he started no Pitbull started to find his range, but I felt the same way
Nah,
with
I'm
Tony.
actually with BBO on this one. He beat the
Yeah,
shit out of
I felt
Rolly.
the same way with Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison was doing great with Charlo, and Charlo ended up got him
Which
with the
fight?
big
The first
thing.
one or the second one?
The second
The
fight, he was
second
doing.
fight,
You talking about
he
when he
was
beat
doing
his
all right. He
eyebrows
was
off
getting
of him?
you.
What you talking about?
Tony Harrison,
Right, shut
Tony
up.
Harrison, Tony Harrison was up. Tony
I
Harrison
thought
was
he had
actually up for
leukemia
that
after he
fight.
got done getting beat up. What are you talking about, man?
He was actually up, but I felt the back to what I was saying with Rolly. I think Rolly is definitely still up. I've seen him improving, and I remember watching that fight saying, "Oh dang, Rolly is winning this fight with Pitbull. He's winning it." Then
You must have been
boom.
watching that fight with your Tevin Farmer eyes,
Hold
baby.
on, wait a
He got
minute,
the
wait a
dog
minute.
shit out of him.
How was y'all scoring it? Because y'all making jokes, but how did y'all score that fight before he got knocked out?
Oh, I
Y'all
can't
trying to, because it sounded like y'all trying to make like the dude was losing every round. Hell no, we can all watch that together. And I was joking.
It was I would say it's probably
Come
8-4.
on now.
It was 8-4.
No,
I mean, he had some moments.
Yeah, like a 7.5, 8.4. I could go with that. But I'll say with it. I'll say this, Ohio. I do. I make a lot of jokes, and BBO don't help because he ignorant. But no, I see what you're trying to say. Now, I always get confused. Did Rolly fight that old cab driver before or after he fought? After he fought Rolly, you know, the one that also beat him half dead.
He that's funny. He got the world title. Did he fight him before?
He fought him
who?
before. He fought him before.
He fought him before who?
Before he fought Pitbull. Pitbull was after.
Yeah. He got the belt, and then and Pitbull, That was supposed to be a showcase.
And then El Rayo took the belt from Pitbull, and El Rayo got beat to death.
And you know, as a matchmaker seeing that, as a matchmaker seeing that too, because you looking for Rolly to look good against opponent, and he don't look good against a guy he's supposed to look good in. That tells them that they don't know if he can be a guy that can reign and have multiple title defenses. It was almost similar to Adrian Broner when he fought Santiago.
Wait,
you always bringing up AB, man.
You always bringing up AB.
Hey, come on, BBO. Just watch out.
You said what?
Watch out. We ain't doing no 513 slander tonight.
The who?
No, go ahead, Jack Queen. What you say?
He was still with Bullet at the time.
Who was a Bullet?
Was Rolly still with Bullet?
Rolly?
No, he been left Bullet.
I don't.
With the pit. No, he left. Rolly left. He left Bullet going into the Pitbull fight.
Yeah, after the old man beat him to death and they stole the belt, he fired Bullet.
Yeah, he fired Bullet after the Ismail Barrasso fight.
Okay.
But that
Bullet been doing interviews, going crazy on that ever since.
Well, he back like the strip club, man. I wouldn't want to work at the strip club.
He has the
video was retarded, bro.
I think Rolly should have like a hometown fight for his people, man, and give him something
Rolly
like
from?
Vegas.
Yeah, that's
he's from Vegas. Yep, let Rolly get his shine on, man. So I like Rolly though. I
think Rolly waiting for the winner of Barrios and Pac-Man.
No, he will never get that fight.
Yeah, he said he want to fight either Pac-Man or Benavidez.
PBC.
Yeah, that's an in-house fight. That fight will be made so quick.
Yeah, he said he want to fight either Pacquiao or Benavidez.
Yeah, they give it.
No, Rolly, you looking for some big money.
Rolly better not get his ass in there with David Benavidez.
Hold on, I ain't taking him serious with the David Benavidez. He was trolling when he said that in that interview. I seen that interview.
No,
he was trolling. I ain't taking him serious.
He said it at dinner. He went on live and said it again.
I noticed this. I ain't taking him serious.
He be trolling. He
trolling. He trolling with that one. He gotta be.
He better be.
Good man. Nah, man. Nah. Yeah, that boy Rolly trolling.
He ain't going up no 3-way classes, man.
Yeah, he
I'll say this, man. I'll say this, man. You know, it's funny to see David Benavidez talking all that cash about going to cruiserweight, and you see his Mexican ass going back down to 68.
Well, because he's
not going back down to 168, bro.
Oh, it's gonna be at 75.
Samson Linkowitz revealed. I announced it early on the show tonight that him and Callum Smith they close to a done deal for October right now for the one.
Because I talked to Samson yesterday. It's supposed to be at a catchweight. Because Callum.
Who end would that be on? It'll be Callum.
Yeah, you know, Benavidez it will be on Benavidez. I guess he's trying to make it have like a catchweight because he has 75. I don't know. That's just what I was told. It could be wrong. It could be wrong because that's how I found about the whole De Los Santos.
It don't make sense to me because both of them got. I mean, the thing is, Is Caleb Smith is his interim title at 168 or 175? I thought it was at 175.
175, man.
Yeah, his interim title is at 175. So the reason why David Benavidez is looking to fight Caleb Smith is to attach that WBO interim title, get that to where he can make himself and be in more position to fight the trilogy with Beterbiev and Bivol. No, to fight the
He'll
winner of
probably beat
that.
both of them now. He probably beat both. Arthur's finished. He'll probably beat both of them now. But I don't know. I just can't
Hmm.
wait till my man Canelo beat the tacos out of that dude. I'm so tired of Benavidez, man.
Man, how you
Another
get
Spanish fighter over a black fighter.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
You saying Benavidez is a black guy now?
Oh, you got Canelo over Benavidez,
Yeah.
bro. Hold on, my bad.
Man,
You
I
don't
can't
even.
with this
For
dude,
one, this
man.
is my thing. This is my thing.
He had one piece of chicken. Now he black. Okay.
David Benavidez, bro. Your man's outpriced himself super high to fight David Benavidez. He's never going to fight him.
Mm.
It's a
That's
dream fight damn near at this point for
who?
Canelo. Canelo don't want to fight David Benavidez, man.
No. You know, it's Canelo. Yeah, Canelo ain't go. I don't think he gonna. He got what they say. He already thinking about Chris Eubanks. From what I heard, Chris Eubanks is after Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, bro. Like, motherfucker might fight Shiraz. He might fight the winner of Shiraz and Berlanga and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he looking past Bud like Bud ain't shit for real.
You know what? You know what I think though is it's play that conspiracy music because shoot, the he can Crawford might be able to go the distance and still won't get the decision if we even believe he won the fight. You know what? They got 4 fights for Canelo. You know what I mean? They got 4-fight deal. Crawford don't have. He fighting seem like he fighting one off. So I wouldn't be surprised if the card is going in favor of Canelo too. You know what I'm saying? So I hope
Hey, but
not.
man, salute to my brother Cam, salute to Jack Quinn in Ohio, man. Stop lying, man. Don't get up here with them capping, bro. Canelo's that dude.
Yeah,
But
I
I'll see
like
y'all soon,
Canelo.
man. Peace.
Hi, BBL.
BBO, it's Taco Tuesday every day at BBO house.
Damn.
Crazy, man.
Man, cause he be trying to throw shots, man. Like I'll hop in this chat and BBO chat. He be throwing crazy shots in there while I'm in the chat, just sitting in the comments. I'm like, okay, so I'm like, yeah, he come on. Yeah, I'm gonna light him up when he come on. Pause.
Yeah, that's my guy though. He funny. That's my guy. He definitely. He got to come back to Ohio. I
BBL
mean,
funny as hell.
yeah, he got to
Man,
start.
he don't even like Ohio, man. He
Man,
from
I
here. He don't
know,
even like
man. I
niggas from
know.
Cleveland.
I gotta get him. I gotta keep shoving that Ohio run boxing down his throat. He gonna wake up eventually, bro.
Man, bro, that man, he like Spanish fighters over black fighters, man. He like Emiliano Vargas over Abdullah Mason. It's the craziest shit I ever heard from him.
That's funny.
It
Jab
makes
Queen, you
no
got a
sense.
Facebook? Do you got a Facebook, or you just got a YouTube, or you got IG?
I got IG and I got X.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to
yeah.
follow me on there, and
Okay.
I'll help you with the bet and things. So, like I said,
Yeah, let me
I'll
get
walk
some
you through that.
coins too. Y'all being stingy with the coins.
No, yeah, because I keep a nice little budget on mine too. I'll be winning, but I keep a nice little budget. I just show you the basics, man, and understanding of it, so you
Okay,
get a
yeah.
hang of it.
Couple
Because you
quarters.
start busting them in the head with your knowledge base.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Need couple
Absolutely.
quarters. For
Actually, yeah.
real.
Absolutely.
When you can put a
Bro,
$10
she
on
cooked
two
Bill
of those
Haney
things.
so crazy the other day. That was crazy. Like
What?
man, she cooked Bill Haney on the Boxing Voice the other day, man.
Oh, that
The
was
other
you. That
morning.
was Jab Queen that called in on
Yeah.
I heard that one. Is that the one Ness posted on his page?
Personal. Bro, she was personal, man. Bill kept deflecting and trying to change the subject and everything the whole time.
Man, that's
Personal.
funny. That's a good one.
Had me crying, bro. I was in there at work just listening in, like, cause she said she hit me and she like. It's like, bro, like Bill on boxing voice. I'm like, all right, so I'm listening in, and then I didn't know she was gonna come on there, like call in. She called in. I'm like, oh shit, sis on this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Like she over there, she got she pressed him and asked him, like, what's the next fight that you gonna have on your list? As far as this list, who was the guy that you think that you can make, next on the next fight? Bill kept deflecting and changing the subject the whole entire time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and she kept pressing him with the question, and he was getting frustrated because he said in the whole clip, he like, "Yeah, I don't want to call you a name. What you need to call a name for? She asked you a question."
That's why I glossed over that because I knew all he wanted to do was really get me off the conversation. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't.
Yeah, he was trying to throw you off, and I'm like, I was so happy. I'm like, sis, like, stay on the question. Fuck all that. Stay on the
Yep.
question.
Yep.
Let him answer the question. He didn't want to answer the question. He's
Mm-hmm.
like,
But
who
man,
your, who your, who
Haney
your favorite
fans,
fighters?
his Haney fans, man, they are on my ass. I'm gonna have to go into witness protection. They are out here looking for me. Everywhere I go, here go a Haney fan saying some shit. I had a nigga hit me on Discord like, yeah, you had no right to ask Bill Haney that. I said, first of all, nigga, shut that soft ass shit up. And secondly, I ain't asked no question
Dang.
that Bill ain't nobody. I asked Bill the same exact question everybody else asked him. The only difference is I wasn't stupid enough to let the nigga get me off my square. That's the only
Right,
difference. Everybody asked him that same question,
right.
but as soon as he said who your favorite fighter, he let them move the conversation. I wasn't having none of that. We here to answer one question only. Who you got on the list that you fighting? That's it.
Woo-wee.
Facts.
Mm.
He wouldn't answer the question, not one bit. I was like, why he, and then the crazy part, like, just me debating that a lot of Devin Haney fans are debated, like, in the past, like, they debate the same way he debates. Like they use his talking points, the way he debate for us. Like you, and when you a person that's assertive on him, you ask him a question, and then you stay on him with the question. He try to deflect it and try to change. Nah, like it be nasty work, man. It was
Mm-hmm.
nasty work. Since
And
yeah,
I'm telling you,
since she did her shit. She did the
it's
big one on
an
that one.
NDA. It's an NDA. He can his contract. Like, yeah, we ain't getting into all of that, bro. We just want to know one simple thing. And I didn't say nothing that would cause him to reveal anything. All I asked was, what is a makeable fight? I didn't say who you fighting, what the contract numbers look like. But then, not even 2 hours later, he up there talking to Brian Norman Sr. and they talking about details and shit. Like, people
Mm-hmm.
crazy. I'm telling you, and then frequent flyer was in my comment section. They all just insane, man. I ain't got no time for them. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. So all the maniacs that can hear my voice, argue with your mama. I'm busy.
They going crazy. They was going crazy. I already know. I told you they're like, wow, them Haney fans, they gonna be itching.
Oh
They
man,
gonna be on your ass.
at my throat, bro. Everywhere I go, I ain't got no time for this. Like, man, get up out of here. Y'all been looking for this man. And it's crazy because all them niggas that got up there, he cussed them out. He cussed all of them niggas out, called them all kind of names. But this the nigga that y'all kowtowing for, and y'all want to run up
Why
in
they
my
be? Why they got? It's just boxing talk, man. People be getting too in they feelings about all this boxing talk. I'm gonna call you at your name and get disrespectful. Like
man.
it's
These people
definitely
crazy.
nasty work. Like it's
These
not
people
needed.
crazy.
Some of them
I ain't got
worship
no
these fighters,
business
man.
asking
They'll
him
kill
this.
you over them.
Man, please. I ain't got no
Yeah,
business
bro.
asking Bill no questions. Are you crazy? I ask Bill whatever the hell I want to ask him. It's up to him to answer or not. Man, he crazy. They crazy. All six of his fans. They better get out of my face.
Yeah. So what? So just to end it out, man. Fight of the century: Canelo versus Bud.
Man,
Y'all
please.
think this fight of the century?
Child, please.
I think it's gonna be a good fight, but I wasn't asking for this, to be honest. That's what I'm gonna say. But I hope that
Right.
I wasn't asking for this, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck, you know. So I don't know if it's gonna be fight of the century, but he gonna do his part to boost it up. He probably gonna have Eminem come out again with Kendrick Lamar or something crazy, and then you get
Man, bro.
it.
Turkey about to lose the most amount ever in this fight.
Yeah, nah, he is. He putting up. He
Bro,
putting it
cause
on.
bro, it was crazy. I said my boy, cause me and my boy, shout out to my boy Elder Bison, man. We was chopping up. We've been chopping it up about this fight the last few days, and he was like, yeah, he hit me he hit me last night before they announced it. I already knew it was
Mm,
like a Legion Stadium. He hit me like it's Legion Stadium. I'm like, all right, and then I'm like, UNLV versus Idaho State is still there. So it kind of make in the sense to where like when Oscar, like I said, with the clap at Thursdays, Oscar said that the fight was going to be during the day due to UFC Nocha being later that night. But then I'm like, if the fight's going to be at Allegiant Stadium and UNLV and Idaho State, like, so what's the whole deal with that? Is they moving them out of the stadium for that day?
mm.
Like, which is hard to do because that game is scheduled and fans is buying tickets for that game as we speak right now for September 13th.
Yeah,
So like it's wow,
I
bro.
thought
Like
that. I
it's
thought that.
wow.
I thought they fighting in the morning, and then that fight is like later that evening or that afternoon or something.
Yeah, they were saying that Oscar said that the fight with Canelo versus Bud would be during the daytime, and then no, they were catering to USC Nocha, but at the same time, like I said, UNLV and Idaho State, they don't have a designated time for the game that's going to be played at Allegiant Stadium for that day. But it sounds like they're trying to work around it for Canelo versus Bud and UNLV versus Idaho State in that particular.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
it's look. I mean, like I said the other day, I was like, I feel like the fight is going to be on with. I feel like they would have done better if it was at an arena. I don't even know why they didn't push to have an arena setting for real, but I
Mm.
mean, they had a Legion Stadium, and then I sent this shit to I sent this shit to Elder the other day. Where I was like, it showed WrestleMania their stats of what they did
Well,
recently.
that's
Where
because
they had a
TKO.
2 day event where they did 57K at Allegiant Stadium on one, and then they did 60K for another one, and it holds 65,000. And that's why I said I posed the question: do you think Canelo versus Bud can do more than what WWE did for
Hell no.
WrestleMania there
Hell
at
no.
Child,
Allegiant Stadium?
child,
Like
please.
that's the real live question to ask right there. Like, because
Them tickets
they
had to
like
be
I just said, they did
$25.
57 and 60K for 2 days for WWE, and it holds 65K.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. If they do $40, maybe $40 a ticket, and then the most expensive ones be ringside. They do that, but that ain't no. I don't know, man. I don't know. We gonna have to wait and see. We gonna see.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is the like that's why I said like, is the culture gonna really go and back behind Bud Crawford for us to try that particular. You know what I mean?
That would be dope if they can put boots on the undercard. You know what I'm saying? Or put some make the undercard a little sexy so we can
They gotta spice it.
yeah,
Yeah, they gotta spice
yeah.
it up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
But you seen the little list that they put out, that Turkey
Maybe
put
if
out.
they do
It's like
their, maybe if
he
they
ain't trying to spice it. Abdullah and Sam Noakes, they fuck around me co-main damn near the way out where Turkey trying to work that undercard. Like
Yeah, we'll
he
see.
trying to go cheap.
I hope they get it. I mean, And if they don't, because if Abdullah have to go to the UK, I like that's the big stage under Canelo and them.
Yeah,
I don't think
I like Abdullah to get that UK fan base going over
heck
there
yeah,
and
heck
get the
yeah,
title, just like Earl or like
yeah,
Earl did with Kell Brook, same
yeah.
exact way. And I mentioned
And,
that last week.
yeah, Charles. I mean, and Terrence Crawford. Terrence won his first real title
Guys,
day against Ricky Burns.
absolutely,
So yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
that's big
dope.
time, man.
So I'm
That's
gonna get
big
up out
time,
on.
man.
You say
Yeah,
what?
man, we're gonna have to close it out, man. Y'all, any closing statements from both of y'all, man? My family.
I just found Jab Queen on Instagram. I just sent that. You got the gloves and stuff, so I just said, yeah, that's you. So I got you. I done found you. But y'all know where to find me. Mark, Ohio Runs Boxing. I'm
Yeah,
marketing all on Facebook. Yeah, and I got an Ohio Run Boxing page on there too. Um, but yeah, that's it, man. That's it. That's all I got to say, man. I enjoyed the
for
show.
sure.
Wish I would have came in a little earlier, man. But I'm working.
You
So
already know, bro. You already know, bro. We got to put something together this weekend, man. After like, we gotta do something like Saturday late or Sunday, Sunday morning or something. We gotta do something. Round table shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? JBQ, what you got? JQB, my bad. What you got, sis?
Nothing much. I mean, this is another banger in the bag as usual, bro. I appreciate you having me on. Y'all pull up on
Absolutely.
me tomorrow. I'm live at 5:30. We're gonna go over all this mess.
Yeah.
I have to
Every
apologize
Thursday,
for
right?
today's
Every
time.
Thursday,
Yep,
right?
every Thursday at 5:30. So I will
Yeah.
see y'all then. But until then, y'all know what to do. Catch me on a panel.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And everybody make sure y'all watch this on a playback, like and comment for sure, man. You know what I mean? Tap in with us, follow Ohio Runs Boxing, on all platforms. Majority Facebook, Instagram. He got a YouTube as well, X as well. Follow him on X for sure. Salute to Flatbush, man, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my boy Cash Crypto, Cassandra, Prize Fighter TV. BVO, silly ass, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my sister, man, Jay. You know what I'm saying? Jack Clean Boxing, man. Everybody make sure y'all go subscribe to her, man. You know what I'm saying? She doing crazy, great work over there on the boxing content, man. Salute to Ringwall Boxing Podcast. You know what I'm saying? For sure tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? And we lit, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to CamJ Network, man. You know what I'm saying? Buckeye Steppers podcast tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Just to add that in there, just to plug that in there for show. You know what I'm saying, on the platform. But we got videos on the way. We about to get real more active, you know what I mean? We had some family shit going on this past week, but everything's gonna up and up, and you know what I'm saying, that we about to get back active how we was dropping that crazy daily content. And I got some crazy shit on the way, you know what I'm saying, for sure. More conversation with Cam J episodes on the way for sure this weekend. So we gonna be lit. But boxing content wise, you know what I'm saying, we gonna be lit, man, this weekend for sure. Tune in. Brian Norman Jr. versus Jen Sasaki tomorrow, man, in the morning on ESPN Plus, man. So tap into that fight, man. Support Brian Norman Jr. You know what I'm saying, defending his title up there for sure. And it's lit, man. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment. You watching the playback, man. We lit, man. We out of here. Hey, tap in, knock out box at 86 TV. My brother, he live, man. Right now, tap in.